I think it was.
So.
Yeah, I think it was. So it might be a new bug, but
Did it
I think
happen
if
to
I remember
everyone
right.
else or just me?
I can't see any tokens either.
Okay.
Okay.
Finally loaded, but the map is like really dark. I can barely see Sarah and my tokens.
Okay, but you do see your token?
I do.
All right, that's weird. All right, Sarah, I'll delete yours and put you back.
I don't see shit.
Yeah, it's I'll put Sarah back in the room again.
Oh, there
So-
I am.
Out of
I
curiosity,
just re-added you.
and I know exactly where I am.
I'm in the same boat.
Okay.
It's all dark.
How
Okay.
loud is it when I eat these little chip things?
I haven't heard it. I can tell that you're eating, but it's not
Oh,
not bad enough to be a problem.
Because when I'm wearing earbuds and I'm eating crunchy food, it's like the loudest fucking
Super
thing
loud in
inside
your
my
ear?
own head.
Yeah. Does the banjo go in? No, it's on your turn. That's right. Delete Pogo. But your banjo
Yep,
will need to
there
get
it is.
added back too.
And you were close. I was actually like there. Oh, can't go through the wall.
Okay, that's weird. So I can see myself.
No, I literally deleted you. Oh, you were on the north side of the wall. Okay.
Yeah, it was right
What, Becky?
there.
So I can see my token and no one else's.
Yeah, I can only see mine too. I mean, it's not gonna.
All right.
I can see the fog of war version of the map, and we're all pretty spread apart, so we probably wouldn't be able to see each other regardless. It's
No,
dark
but
and
well,
shit.
you'll need to be able to though. Theoretically, at some point, it might be useful if you guys can tell where each other are. That's weird. I don't know why it would be any
Calories
different.
in an entire tub of hummus.
Artemid, do you see Sarah right next to you now?
Like I said, like
was
the
that?
map is very dark.
But if you click on yourself, do you have your vision back?
Big circle.
Yeah, but you have the big circle. Do you see the Mortrillis on the shelf there on the cliff and Sarah directly above you on the broom?
Curious, what it looks like on my screen is that if I only have 5 feet of vision around me, and the rest of the map is completely dark. Like,
Yeah, for you that would make sense because remember I adjusted your vision last week, so let me fix that for you again. I don't remember what we did, like 60. There we go. There's some vision on Pogo now. Pogo, do you see the zombies and skeletons around you?
I do not, but it might be because I'm on the other side of the wall.
There's one straight
Oh,
ahead
no,
of
I
you.
don't see any of them.
I still don't see
fuck?
anything but myself.
Yeah, we got
I
like
do,
the
I-
tokens broke.
I
Do
can
you see
see
zombies
Yeah.
around you?
Pogo, and I can see skeletons.
Okay.
I
So
pretty much
that's
see
fine.
myself and my vision.
All right. I just deleted
I-
you. Oops, so again.
Yeah.
All right. There you go, Sokka. I just put you back. Ben, you still have yours. That's weird. I don't know why that would be messed up at all. There isn't anything new, and I didn't. There's nothing, as far as add-ons for vision or anything like that. I don't use any of those for this game.
Let me try.
Yeah, try that. Arteme, did you see Sarah or no?
I see Sarah and I see like some of the enemies, but
Okay.
everything is really dark.
Even when you click on yourself, you should have a
Yeah, even when I
normal
click
light
on
sphere.
myself, I don't have like my. It's not
There we
like
go.
there's my light from like my light cantrip. It's just everything's dark.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and delete you anyway. Put you back, Fox.
I'm gonna refresh too. I'm gonna refresh.
Yeah, refresh.
Yeah,
it.
give that a shot. Okay. And then I'll adjust your vision again, Fox.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
You shouldn't
know
have
what the
needed to
button
refresh
is?
either, though, because you guys just loaded. I didn't change anything after you guys loaded in. How about now, Fox?
Still dark. Let me refresh.
Ben, you're the only one that I didn't delete. Is it fine for you, or is it still is it too dark or anything?
No, I think it's where it's supposed to be because you
I'm good now.
Temporarily gave me that dark vision last week. Remember? Which
Yeah.
I guess I still have on here. I can see some skeletons. Whatever's actually in the lit up part of the thing, I can see. There's like a half a dozen skeletons I can see.
Okay. And then you
So-
see a Pogo way to the bottom right of the edge of your vision there.
Good too. I can see him there, top left. And I see 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
Oh yeah, I
5.
can see Nazim over there now too. I moved out a little bit. Yeah, I can see everybody. Apparently.
Wait,
Good.
you moved out? I didn't see you move.
No,
what
I mean,
what is going on?
Camera.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay,
I see Nazim over there at least. So,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
And I see Pogo down there. Yeah.
Socko, how about yours?
I think I'm just in a position where I can't see people, like they're just not in my line of sight.
Well, there's
but,
a zombie straight north of you. That here, I'm gonna move you. Do you see them?
oh, yeah, I see it. Very, very dark, but I can see it, yeah.
Why is it so dark? Nothing's changed
They're back.
there. All right. Well, it's fine. We're gonna go ahead and get started. How about yours now, Fox? After the refresh.
It's loading in.
Okay.
Because ASE templates board override disabled. And
Yeah,
like
you
those
can
like
ignore that
two
one.
different errors.
Yeah.
I can see a bit better around me. It's a bit less dark.
Okay. Yeah, the blue ones aren't errors; those are just notifications. But yeah, that one's from FX Master, I think.
Okay, I see the seer domain and the 3 enemies close, so I guess that's not too
Okay.
bad.
Cool. All right. That should be enough then. I don't know why it's different. There might be, another update for version 9 that I need to, because version 9 was only 3 weeks old or something like that when I updated us. So there might be another update since then that I need to jump to for bug fixes or whatever. All right. Go ahead and put yourselves in initiative, and then Sarah, we will handle
All right.
he's throwing in your direction there. Oh, let me get some combat music going too.
Initiative.
Where's my regular combat tracks? Oh, duh.
I like
we go.
Sarah's tiny little icon on her.
I
for my
expanded that. It shouldn't be tiny. Is your Sarah's the icon that is your token still tiny or is it
Combat
full size?
tracker?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and the combat tracker would still be the small one.
Yeah. Combat
All
tracker
right.
just looks like a decorative broom.
Looks a bit like a tiki torch with the thing hanging off of it. All right. So just so you guys know too, the Mortrolis and the Mortis, those are all going to go on the same turn. There's plenty of them, but they're not going to be handled separately. They're just all going to go at once, if that makes sense. Just because I don't want to have a bajillion things on the list there. And they got a 1 on initiative anyway, so kind of a non-issue there. All right, so Sarah, the Erdeman, though, looking in your direction after seeing you, after the destruction of the light spheres there, the foci there, aims in your direction. You see him lifting one hand and beginning to cast something. I can tell you that you don't recognize the spell. Even if you were to make an Arcana check, it'd be impossible for you to recognize the spell. But that also in itself says that this is probably something very powerful. So you do have your chance for a reaction. It's specifically one of 2 choices for your reaction that you have. Okay, that's the one you're going to use? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The other one we did discuss you had to have prepared for anyway. I would say that in this case you probably would have been ready for it, knowing that they are mages present. But if that's the one you're going to use, then it will be a save, and the number you need to beat is an 18. So it's a charisma. Yeah, charisma check, not save. Sorry.
Oh,
I wasn't gonna do it.
I just rolled a d20. Never mind.
I'm gonna go ahead and just because you needed to be. Hang on. It's hang on. Don't roll it yet.
Plus 15 to your charisma.
Ability check for charisma. So not a save for charisma, but a charisma ability check.
Is there any way I could try and help with this? Because I don't really have a reaction.
It's a 2.
Well, even if you were, I was trying to think of a way that maybe you could for Arteme, but I don't think that there's nothing you could do that would make up for that. It would have to be a 12, and there's really nothing you could do. That
All you can do is hold on to the broom.
Okay.
Well, the problem is
Ah,
there's some trouble there because the spell he was casting, although you didn't know what this was. Yeah, okay, sorry, I was scrolling up to see if I'd clicked on it or not to spoil it. Sarah, you, both of you kind of staring in this direction, seeing that this spell is coming in, see this very thin, almost needle-like, like a lance almost of light, a green light that impacts Sarah's chest. Sarah, you immediately go rigid, and your mind goes blank, and you pass out. Arteme, you see Sarah like seize up, like your body freezes, and the nose of the broken broom begins to nosedive towards the water, and she is falling rapidly. I'm gonna let you have a reaction as well, but your choices are not going to be like you can't. It's basically you have very limited amount of time. So go ahead, like you can probably make like a dex save to try to leap to the cliff, or try to, whatever you want to. I guess let me know what it is you're trying to do.
Well, what I would try to do is use my whip to wrap it around Sarah and then grab the broom.
Okay, the DC is going to be pretty high because that's a pretty complex maneuver for while you're falling. This is what was cast. You guys don't know that. You don't recognize the spell. It's above what your capabilities are. But he cast Power Word Stun, which is why I chuckled a little bit when you said Power Word Kill, because you were so close. But let's see. It's going to be pretty tough because it's a lot of all at once kind of thing. Because even grabbing the broom to hold on to it is what you're trying to drive the broom, basically, to keep it from falling. Right?
Kind of to keep it from falling, but kind of to keep it with me, to not. It's like if we crash into the water with it, it's kind of fine as long as I'm holding onto it. We could get back up out of the water.
Okay. All right.
So
right
I just
hand
want to
grabbing the whip and then trying to just lash it around Sarah's waist and then grab the broom with your left hand, kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be pretty tough. So we'll call that a DC 18 as well, dex save. So if you've got anything to make that easier or better, go right ahead.
I may be out of this fight for a while. Constitution is not my greatest.
And you're also falling into the water, which means drowning is going to be a problem very rapidly.
What's the
It's not
temperature of
gonna
this
go
water?
well
Is it
at all.
comfortable?
Let's see. We are late fall, early winter at this point. It's not going to be great. You guys are, let's see, northern Mediterranean, so it's not cold water as far as the Caladoran is very similar, in atmosphere to the Mediterranean. So we'll say it's not comfortable for sure, but not freezing. Not with that, though. Arteme, you yank the whip off of your belt and try to lash it around her. It manages to kind of smack her, but not enough to grasp around. And you, still falling forward, still kind of half on the broom, end up falling off towards it. Now both of you are plummeting towards the water. And, we'll have to deal with what happens there as your turns come up. Which, actually... Oh, good. Perfect. So the first round... I'm going to begin here. The first... Oh, I gotta turn that thing off again. Stupid, I forgot that update thing. Free movement. There we go, free movement. All right. Okay. So, as you are plummeting towards the water, you do see the two Seerdamen beside, on either side of the Erdeman there, both lift their arms in the air and incant something, and the whole area illuminates. I kind of figured darkness would end up being a problem, but you guys don't necessarily... Nazim would know this for sure. The Mortis can't naturally just see in the dark, and their eyes are decayed anyways, so for them to be able to defend, they need to be able to at least see. So the Seerdamen illuminate the area with daylight, as well as murmur some echoing command that echoes through the area that Nazim, to be an order of attack for them to attack on sight. As well as the Erdeman, this is think of it like a legendary action, start of the round thing. The Erdeman is also going to, after seeing them plummeting towards the water, is going to begin a ritual called Sanguis in Mortue there. And you guys can go ahead and read that real quick just so you have an idea of what it is you're going up against. This will be going throughout the fight here. Basically, any damage done, except for psychic damage, but any damage done to anybody, and basically on the map here, a thread of blood or energy is going to be siphoned straight into the whirlpool that's in front of him. And clearly, there's something beneath the whirlpool that he's trying to, his goal here is, or the goal of him and the Seerdamen as well. And it's clear that something will occur if enough points of damage are done to fulfill whatever that quota is. You don't know what that is necessarily. You just know that clearly they have a reason to be here, and that whirlpool in the water to be there. And with that, we will get started. Arteme, you are first.
That changes things.
I'm gonna try and find the broom and swim to the surface.
Okay. You are plummeting towards the water. You're still kind of... You guys were up off the side there. You're probably 20 feet off of it. I would say that just, like, literally just now happened. So you haven't quite hit the water yet.
Okay, so I'll try and kind of right myself a bit more on the broom.
Okay.
And grab for Sarah with my other hand.
Okay. So the broom isn't under your control yet. You would have to... I would say you'd have to do one or the other. You can either try to take control of the broom, in which case Sarah will slip off, or unless you have a specific, like, spell or action that you're trying to do. You're trying to do two separate things that would both be an action, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so I'll
literally
just try...
using a magic item is an action, so that would be one, or grabbing Sarah like a grapple would be the other.
Okay, so I'll just try and grab the broom, and then once Sarah's in the water, I'll just try and grab her. Like,
Okay.
It's my best bet right now, okay?
That's totally fair.
It's what I would do.
It's honestly, it's probably the better option. I just find it funny, you know. I get to giggle that you're stealing the broom and letting your friend around. As you grab the broom, then, and Sarah, still catatonic, still frozen and seized, like arms kind of held in front of her, as she was trying to prevent the casting of that spell that had hit her. She slips off the side of the broom, now kind of toppling head over heels as she spins towards the water. She will probably, well, on her turn, she'll probably be hitting the water. But you do grab the broom and are able to activate it for your action. Put you on the broom now. And Sarah, you are no longer on the broom. As you go falling. There we go. Alright. And that was your action. Any bonus actions, movement?
I'm gonna move a bit farther away, but not too far, so I can grab Sarah next turn.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself. No bonus actions then? Fox?
Oh, grasping mine is a bonus.
If anyone's curious, by the way, 140 feet is basically the whole map.
It's, yeah, pretty much covers basically where Norok is, that corner back there. There's a little bit of space, but that's about it.
I'm gonna use grasping vine at third. It's a 4th level spell to grab Sarah.
Okay, go ahead and click it.
Unlethal.
Yeah, I don't think you can do it without it doing damage, but it doesn't mean it would be lethal necessarily. Click it.
I was just waiting for the spell thing to pop up.
No problem.
I mean, I better be strong enough.
It's a bit slow right
now.
Sure hope so. Otherwise, you're gonna have to be strong enough to survive like water and sharks and shit. Probably not sharks, you know, this close to the shore. But let's see. To lash out at a creature, dexterity. Okay, so it doesn't do damage anyways. All right, so that's fine. You're gonna yank it out of the cliff. Is that where it comes out from? All right, so she is. This is a weird one because you're trying to use it, to help her, but she can't choose to fail since she's paralyzed. I'm going to say that she has advantage because she's not trying to get away from it. But Sarah, go ahead and make go ahead and target yourself, and then click that saving throw DC 17 Dex and just do it with advantage. That'll do. All right. Then, in that case, near the top of the cliffside there, because it's not super high out, but it is high enough that 20 feet will yank you towards it. A vine snaps down, grasps around your waist, and yanks you up to the side. You are about probably 5 feet below the cliff edge. You do know that there's a Mortrilus right at the top of the edge. You're still like, no, never mind. Your mind blanks out when you're stunned as well. Let's see. So you are not, conscious enough to recognize, I guess, what's happening. Leaving it dumbfounded. I'd say that on your turn, you will be, conscious enough to be able to, be aware of what's happening. You just won't be able to physically move until you succeeded that con save.
Okay.
All right, then that brings us to the Erdeman. Nothing else then, Fox?
Can the Erdeman see through walls?
You don't know.
All right.
You wouldn't have any way of knowing that, yeah. All right, then on his turn, where did that go? Oh, let me change this up. Let's try that one. That one might be better. All right, let's see. He is going to
How many choices on the magic users when they're bad guys?
Depends. I mean, it really depends what you're trying to do. But he, looking back in the direction, still seeing that Artemis is still floating there, he is going to throw a different spell in her direction. Actually, yeah, I think that'll work. Do something real quick here. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Starting it. Oh shit! Never mind. It looked like it should have been close enough. All right, so in that case, the distance-wise, it was close enough with the cone. When I clicked it, it was not. So, you know what? I'm just gonna say that in the moment he tried to do it anyways. It'll just be Sarah that it hits. So Artemis, you're free out of this one. Sorry, Becky. Just because I already said that he was gonna do it. So. Because when I measured it 60 feet, Artemis was in it, but when I clicked the thing to actually drop the cone down, then it only just barely gets to where Sarah is. So it is DC 17 con save. Not trying to pick on Becky, I promise.
Nope.
Well, I'm pretty sure they can't even see me.
Yeah, so I mean, whether they're aware of anybody else. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 38 damage on a field save. Not off to a good start for poor Becky already. Let's see, delete that. And he does have other things, but nothing that he needs to use at the moment. He shouts for the Mortis to attack on sight, as the Sirdaman did. That brings us to Nork. Oh, by the way, Sarah, you're still unconscious, but Artemis, you do see this. You see a thin thread of the blood that is knocked out of Sarah, threading off into the whirlpool there. What you doing, G?
Moving slowly, 'cause I'm lagging. Sorry.
Oh.
Sure. Come on.
I don't see you.
I moved a couple steps, but now I'm apparently.
Oh, I see you
there we
now.
go.
Yep, I see you now.
It unclicked me, that's why. Okay. I think that was 20. I'm going to dash for my action, please.
Okay.
So I move 4.
You were not in melee range of any of them. So
You still have that sparkly wand with you?
Yep.
Or maybe you could throw that fucking axe or
No, I actually-
the axe attuned.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But for now, I'm actually going to not get their attention. So I'm going to stop here. Because I only have 5 more feet left anyway. So is that a wall in front of me? The shadow is right in front of me. So, okay.
Yep.
I'm just trying to stop.
Yeah, that's a broken wall. Like it's not a solid house.
Okay.
You know that Pogo. You did see Pogo, right around the other side of the broken wall. Though. All right.
And I will wait there.
No actions, no nothing. Well, no bonus actions rather.
Yeah, no. Also, I'm not going to rage yet either. I don't want it to drop. So.
Oh yeah, if you don't get hit, don't you?
Yeah, I don't have
don't
that
you have
thing
like
yet.
a persistent rage yet? Okay, all right.
Not yet. I think that's like next level, the one after or something like
Okay.
that. But yeah.
What you guys are coming up on here soon too. So, all right, that brings us to Sarah. So, Sarah, you beginning to regain consciousness are like something wrapped around your waist and holding you against the wall. There's waves bashing against the rocks below you, and you're kind of just dangling there like rope around the waist kind of thing. Go ahead and try your con save. You can scroll up if you want to. So it is a DC.
Oh, that ain't gonna do it.
Power word stun is saving throw at the end of its turns. It is 17. It says DC to beat, so that's not that high actually. But yeah, the 12 won't do it. Yeah. So all right. Sarah is still not full.
No, we took a long rest, so I have the things back. I will re-roll that.
Okay.
thought I had spiritual weapon up. I'm gonna put the.
You do. No, you definitely did.
Oh,
yeah, the
excellent.
Bejo. Hell yeah! All right. Good thing you had that again. All right, then that was the end of your turn, I think, is when it comes back, right? Let me check here. At the end of each of its turns, yeah, successful save, stunning effect ends. All right, so you are no longer stunned then, and are still, wrapped around the waist at least, but you're below the purview of the Mortrillis. Like, he probably saw you, but you don't know that he could reach you. All right, that is it for Sarah's turn. That brings us to Pogo.
All right, I am going to cast Animate Object. I'm assuming are there like a lot of large like rubble stones?
Yeah, there's debris everywhere. This whole place has been badly destroyed.
What I would like to do is I'm going to cast Animate Objects. I'm going to bring to life for the large items, just to make it to make it easy here, I'm going to do 2 of the huge pieces of debris.
Okay.
And this has a range of up to within 500 feet of me.
All right.
Actually, let me double check. I know I can command it to attack. Oh, 120 feet. So, how I'm going to peek around the wall so I can see the Seardaman further to my south, and I'm going to have the pieces of debris like move to him to both attack.
Okay. Do they? So let me see the spell.
Yeah, read it. Read through it.
Do I need to leave? Do I need to put actors on the board here?
You can, because they're going to stay up.
Okay.
It is concentration, but they're going to stay up as long as I can keep them up. And but for right now, I should be able to. Assuming there's 2 large rocks over by that Seardaman.
There's plenty. Yeah. There's not even just debris of the houses, but even just rocks that were already there. All right. I'm just gonna make one named Debris real quick here.
What I would to do is the stone that they dislodged or destroyed, is it pretty close to that Seardaman as well?
There's plenty all around.
No, I mean the one that we were coming here to break.
Oh, that's you couldn't see it. You mean the one you're next to? You can, not the one that.
But that one's not going to have enough of a range of movement.
Well, you'd have to be able to see it to be able to animate it.
Okay, that's what I was wondering if I could see it.
Yeah, no, you definitely can't from there. It's around a corner on the other side.
So yeah, I was going to use one of those as the huge object, but that's fine.
All right.
So I'm going to use 2 huge objects. They have a +8 to hit and do 2d12 +4 if they hit, and they're both just going to go ahead and attack that Seardaman.
All right. Grab a tile for it real quick here.
I'm going to roll this. This is what I'm doing. I'm just going to roll d20 and I'll just do the math because this formula seems off.
That's fine.
So it's going to be +8 to hit, so 19 + 8, so 27. First one hit?
Yeah, that'll hit. 27 will hit.
And then 2d12 +4 for this one. Fuck you, game. Fucking shit. Get 6 damage.
After all that, dude.
Fuck you. Alright, the second one. The second giant stone is going to swing down and will also hit for a 17. And that's 2d12 +4. Fucking. There we go. So 24 damage on that second stone as it crashes. They crash into the Seardaman together, kind of like 2 giant rock testicles just squeezing them from each side.
But it was 24 for the first one, or 6 for the first one, and then 24 for the second.
24 for the second, yes. So 30
and 6
total.
for the first, right? Yeah, 30 total. All right.
All right. Then I am going to use my action to scoot back behind this wall. 5 more feet. And then I'm going to tell my spiritual banjo to attack. Oh, I actually have 2 on here. Sorry about that.
I just deleted the other one. You're good.
Okay, cool. I'm going to move my spiritual banjo up to right next to him, the guy that's catty corner to it right now.
Okay.
And he's going to do his attack with my bonus. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm going to use that. Actually, I don't want to add more blood to this shit. So I will just... I will keep that there for now. And And as my bonus action, I'm actually going to use my boots, which I believe I have equipped right now. My winged bracers, yes I do. So I'm actually going to use dash as a bonus action.
Okay. And the bracers?
I'm going to, yeah. Where's the safest spot I can find? Honestly, probably just going to dash into this corner.
Okay. Yeah, that is, you basically, you have a little, almost a room.
I'm going to nook. I'm going to nook, guys. Also, I wouldn't have been able to see any of the shit that happened to the other girls in the room, so.
Yeah.
Good luck,
Right.
ladies. I have no idea that's happening. All right, that's my turn.
All right. That brings, oh, sorry, the first Cyrdamen then, which is, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and put their names on. I think it'll be easier that way. Cyrdamen 1 and 2 are...
And I know they probably got a little bloodied from that, but what else can I do?
Yeah, we
Well, the
skipped
stones, yeah, they did, and the... Wait, you skipped what?
We skipped Sako.
Oh, shit, sorry, sorry, Sako.
Well, Cyrdamen looks above Nazim in the chart.
Yeah.
I don't see the Cyrdamen or Erdemans in the battle tracker.
Tracker?
Yeah, I see the
Yeah,
Mortis,
yeah.
but I don't see the other
Oh,
ones.
there.
And one that says environment, I see that too. But,
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
weird.
I've made the environment invisible for you. Go ahead and try refreshing, G. You didn't need to,
That's
well, you didn't
super weird
refresh.
that it shows a couple of them, but not the others.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why this one's acted strangely.
Right,
I'm
I'm
guessing
gonna
it's
need
just
to get
update related. Right. Yeah, I see. So I see one Cyrdamen and then Nazim and then the other one. So it should be. Oh, they have the token on there. Let's change it that way. This one is Aquila. And the other one is Cheops. Here we go. All right, that is done. Sorry for the extra tech issues today. Plus a little bit of rust here. All right, so it is Aquila's turn. She is going to... Probably this, I think. Knowing that there are other hostiles around after, knowing they're hearing that the crystal to the north has crashed, she is going to run northward first. Hers is 30 feet, so not super far. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So she can actually get to that corner there, but can't see anybody. Is going to put up her mage armor then. Go. And that is it for her turn. That brings us to Nazim.
Okay. So
You heard all of that to
bleed.
the south, and then you heard running coming up the road towards you.
I'm still making my way over towards Norrock and the group over there.
Okay.
So we can't bleed them out. I mean, we can, but then it goes into the pool. So psychic damage is going to have to be the way to go. I'm kind of looking at the map to see if we can funnel them into an area, and maybe we could do a sleep or a cage or something to lock them away. But I guess what I'll do is this. I will move 5, 10 right here. Target the that creature right there and cast Mind Sliver at 11th level, which is a 3d6.
Okay. Which one is it that you're targeting?
I have it targeted on my screen here. It's the one above and to the right.
Well, okay. So you have it selected. I think it's double right click.
There you go. I
You
got
see a little
orange. Yeah, orange brackets around it.
Okay. What? Oh, now I see it. Okay, I was looking on the left side. Yep. Yeah. And if you double right click, that'll let you actually target it, and then I'll see a dot, so I know which one you're trying to target. Cool. All right. So you're mind slivering him.
Yes, 11th
Right.
level, so that's 3d6.
He has to make an intelligence save. Let's see. Making it unless it's successful, then it takes. Okay. Which he got a -3. They're not very smart. Go and roll the damage.
There you go. 3 of these or just 1?
If you just click the damage button in the chat, it'll do it for you.
Ah, gotcha. What the hell?
Wait, 3d6? Yeah, a 1, a 2, and a 1. Alright, well, 4 damage. But it is damage at least that they don't...
Leech.
That is not feeding, yeah, exactly. Nobody would have noticed these things yet, and Sarah got knocked unconscious almost instantly. Arteme, give me a perception check. Any bonus actions, Nazim?
I can't recast that same spell as a bonus action, even though that is a bonus action, correct?
No, that is an action. That spell was an action.
Gotcha. All right. No, then I am good for now.
All right.
Alright, what about Artemis?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
All right, that brings us to Cheops. Cheops, who has just been pelted with the rocks that Pogo had animated off of the beach and then smashed him with. All right. Well, Arteme, I'm going to go ahead and reveal this on the map just because, just so that you guys know what's there. But Arteme is technically the only one that can see it at this point. Beneath the whirlpool that the Artemen, well, really all three of them, but the Artemen was trying to, cast this ritual into, that you've seen these trails of blood flowing into. The whirlpool has kind of pulled the water enough away that you can see bones and scales beneath it. It's clear there's a corpse of a very large creature under there. You don't recognize it. The shape, it's not as anything you would know. The specific shape that's there. I'm gonna try to get this one to go on top. There we go. But beneath the whirlpool is a skeletal form that the energy is clearly flowing into, that you can see from above there.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the Rocky Talkie to let everybody know that there's a huge skeleton.
Okay.
Trying to revive, apparently.
Okay. That would, based on what you know of what the Erdemen do, and them being the necromancers, and specifically that they're using this older death magic, it would make sense that they're trying to revive this thing. Actually, with a 23, you rolled high enough. It not just the skeleton, but there is like a huge stone, almost sarcophagus-sized box. You know what a phylactery is, right? It's a big stone box that clearly is of important value that was buried with this creature. That it's like grasped around. The skeleton is like holding on to this box essentially. And whether that's their goal or not, you don't know. But they're clearly trying to resurrect this creature one way or the other. Cheops, though, now that it is his turn, is going to first spend his bonus action to do something that will make you all very unhappy. He's going to cast Necrotizing Restoration. As a bonus action, the necromancers can convert their cells into undead cells, essentially kind of turning themselves undead over time. But it's essentially a heal of a lot. It's 8d4 plus 20, and they can do this as a bonus action on every turn for 35. So she is back to full. Because he'd done 30. And as an action, not really. Let's see, she can't get to Arteme up there. She can't see Sarah, and can't see anybody else. She is also going to wade out into the water a little, or he rather is going to wade out into the water a little bit, knowing that there's somebody that the Artemen had casted at, but he would not be able to actually see her even there. And 15 is as far as he'd be able to go because of the difficult terrain. So that's it for his turn. That brings us to the Mortis. Let's see, who can they see? The one above you, Sarah, is just dropped down to the ground trying to lash at you and can't reach you with its hands. Norok, there are a few near you. One around the corner is going to rush in to try to attack you with its Morning Star. Oh, hang on, that's Mortalis. And another. .23 will hit you, and 24, those will both hit. Dead?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted.
Alright, so, and you haven't raged yet, so that is 26 total for those two. Let's see, Pogo rushed off and they can hear him, but I don't know if they can make it because there's only 30 feet, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Stupid zombie tokens are backwards. There we go. And this one can't reach him either. Justin, your banjo does not get opportunity attacks, right?
No, I don't think
it's not a creature. Yeah, okay.
Also, they wouldn't be able to hear me because of my elven boots, but
Oh,
yeah, they'd
true.
see me if they came around the corner. Although we do still look, unless that was a concentration spell.
Nope.
Oh, so we still look like them.
Yep.
We still look like dead bodies.
That's true. I'm going to say they have to make a wisdom check then.
Should be against my performance check.
Again, is a DC? Yeah, we could call it a contested roll against the performance. You rolled well enough last week. Let me scroll up and find it real quick.
Roll pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm
We'll
a
use that as a
performer, baby.
DC.
Y'all, the rest of you except for maybe Nazim, wouldn't be able to pull it off. But
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that it would last for long just because you're attacking them. You know, they're going to start to attacking the Ornament and Tiedemann. They're going to recognize where the, what's
banjos for
happening.
me. There's just a banjo and a couple rocks floating around.
Well, I mean,
The spell itself says that a target can use its action to inspect a target and make an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
good.
All right. Then in that case, let's see. What is your DC then? That's what, 17? 17. All right. Then we'll just do. I'm gonna make a couple of flat rolls just for nearby ones, and then we'll just kind of figure out if they're figuring it out. Intelligence. Was it save or check?
Investigation.
Investigate. Okay. All right. Well, they don't have proficiency there, so that would be fine for them here. It just checks. 9 does not succeed.
Yeah, I was gonna say that makes more sense.
Yeah. Ben, you're probably gonna get, I'm guessing, the full 26 back or 24, whatever that was back here.
Oh yeah, because they might. Yeah, okay. Because
Oh, that was a save anyway, so it would have been
All
yours.
right, cool.
Yep. Well, that one got it. So you still take the first hit, which was the 14, I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna make 3 more for these 3 guys. I don't want to do it for every one on the board because it's going to take a long time for all of them. So what we'll do, got to be fair here too. So we'll make it for these 3. Natural 20 for that guy. $15, so he fails. And 0, so he fails. All right, so these 2 then will still be back where they came from. Because they would not be chasing after Pogo. This one made his save. This one actually was still over here because he didn't notice. Tell you what we're gonna do is for the rest of this, for the whole next round. We're actually at the end of this round, anyways. For the whole next round, we're just gonna say that they haven't figured it out yet, just across the board, and then the round after that, they'll have figured it out. Is that fair?
Yeah.
That way, because I mean, at least that way, you guys are still getting the full kind of benefit of it. But they haven't identified. The only one that got hit was one that failed, and he attacked Ben. Which of all of you, he's probably the one that you guys probably want attacked. So, just for the hit point totals. All right. Then at the beginning of the round, for the environment here, the total that you guys have already, well, I don't know if you've seen all of this, at least Arteme has, but it's 68 right now. The number's at 68. So, just so you guys are aware. All right, that brings us to Arteme.
What number's at 68?
The Sanguine in Morte, it's blood into undeath is in Latin.
Oh, okay.
Sanguis in Morte.
What does it need to be at to bring this thing down?
You don't know, but the higher it gets, the worse it's going to get.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go grab Sarah.
Okay. She is still catatonic. Still, you can see that there's consciousness in her eyes. Oh shit! Never mind. Sorry. So never mind. Yeah, she can climb aboard it then. And you're just enough below it. The Mortrillis that's on the ledge there is reaching down, trying to lash out at you, but is not smart enough to use its weapon to try to use that to swage you. So is just kind of reaching with its hands badly.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab her and then...
Action, bonus action. Let's call that party. We'll call that your movement for half movement to do it.
Okay, so where can I move to get away from you?
You'd have another 15 feet. Actually, it'd be the movement of the broom, which is 40, right?
I think so,
60?
yeah.
All right, so 30. You'd have 15 more then. Okay, further away. That's too far. 15's only 3 squares. There you go. All right, with Sarah on with you. There you go. All right, action, bonus action. What kind of height are you at, too? Are you level with the ground now, or still below?
We're still below.
Okay.
Let me just go back to my spell book. I'm gonna use my choker and send a couple motes to heal Sarah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll them. Let's see. As part of the bonus action, you can send one of the motes streaking toward the creature. So you can do one. Yeah.
I'll do one then.
Yeah, it'd be
I'm just waiting for it to go.
No problem. Yeah, it's just a versatile button you want to click there.
Oh yeah, I clicked it already. I clicked normal. I'm just waiting for it to actually go. Can you time down game, please?
You want me to click it for you?
Sure, because I clicked it and it's just not going for some reason.
Did you get the pop-up asking for...
Yeah, but I hit normal and still nothing.
Interesting. I just did too. Okay, so the damage one rolled, but not the versatile one. All right, go ahead and oh, wait. Yeah, that's 48. Go ahead and just roll a d4. I don't know what the issues with the tech troubles today, guys. Just right-click the d4 until it has the number 8 and then hit roll. Looks like the versatile button just isn't working for that one. All right, 24. Is a heal for Sarah.
It says 25.
Oh, sorry, 25. Then that was action or bonus action to do it? Activating it. Bonus action, yeah. All right, so actions.
I'm gonna use Produce Flame and shoot it up to the top.
Okay. The one that's already injured, or the one that's like closer to you?
The one that's closer.
All right. Go and roll the attack. There you go. All right. Natural 1.
Of course.
With the +9, it's still a natural 1. All right. That brings us back to the Erdeman. He is going to... Let's see.
Does she by any chance get Bountiful Luck being next to an unconscious halfling?
Sarah doesn't have Bountiful Luck.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. She has the regular halfling luck, so just herself, but she doesn't have she chose the other racial feat for halflings. All right. The Erdeman, though, is... Let's see... He is going to spend his concentration on something different.
My turn's right after this one, right?
You should have been between... No, you did. You moved, yeah. No, your turn is not for a little while. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you were between the two Sirdamen, so it's right now the Erdeman, then Norok, then Sarah, then Pogo, then one of the Sirdamen, and then you.
Good luck.
But the Erdeman is going to... actually, Sarah and Artemis, you guys can't quite see where you are until he lifts...
I can.
You're around a corner. Oh, yeah, I guess you can. Okay.
Myself, I can still see him.
Yep. Oh, you know what, that cliff edge, the height is not... Well, then in that case, looking in his direction, you see him lift up off of the ground. Well, he was already levitating a little bit, but now he's full on flying up above here. Put a note on him to remind myself. There we go. And is going to lift himself up and over until he's about over here. And... He is going to... And that's too low. Doesn't have a lot of great ones that I'd want to use. Some of these are just too mean, and some of them are not mean enough. I think it will actually have to be this one. He holds a pointing finger out at both hands, actually, out in your direction, the both of you. You don't know who necessarily he's attempting to hit. But you know what, actually... It's just going to be... no, it's going to be Artemis this time, actually, because she's driving the broom. Make a dex save, Fox.
And then go back. Sure.
Missed it by 1. What'd you say? You what? Gonna go
I
back
said,
what?
I know, I said this is probably not gonna go well.
Oh.
I don't really roll well, like, ever, so.
Oh,
the
shit.
expectation is things are gonna go bad. Okay,
I did not expect it to roll anywhere near that high.
I'm glad I have 92 health.
Well, you're probably gonna need it, because that's 79. It wasn't enough to actually disintegrate, of course, but I didn't expect him to roll anywhere near that high. Got 2 5s, 2 6s, 3 5s, 2 6s. Yeah, got the rest were middling, and a 1 1 1. Very hard hit, but all of that obviously with the impact, you see a trail of spaghettified blood being pulled straight into the siphoned into these whirlpool in the middle there. And that is it for his turn. Brings us to Norak.
Okay. First, I'm gonna have to smash up this little dude to get him out of the way. Or actually, first I need to rage, of course.
Now it's time to rage.
Alright.
That was probably one of the hardest single hits of a spell we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
For a single dice roll.
And just standard, I'm not going to great weapon this guy.
Okay. That'll hit.
Okay.
Alright. You bringing the sword down to this one that had run around the corner and tried to smash you with this Morning Star. You cleave straight through it. The top of the head and one of the arms goes flinging off into the distance. He falls to the ground, no longer moving. You do realize, though, that they won't necessarily stay dead without the right circumstances.
Okay, so I get the feeling that his bones are still jiggling or something on the ground.
There's
So it looks like he's moving around still or something.
There's still some animation there, yeah. To
Yeah.
actually finish killing these guys, as you know from previous fights with them, it has to either be a crit or it has to be fire or radiant.
Okay.
But he is not physically able to move at this point. So
Okay. Okay. And that's it.
all right. Yeah, that was action and bonus action. All right. You still had your other attacks, but I guess there wasn't anything in range for you at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing else to smash on.
Okay. All right. Back to Sarah. You just saw Arteme hit with an extremely painful blast right behind you. Nearly rattling the both of you off the broom again.
I hope she can heal herself because I cannot heal at all. So.
Well, I am the healer of the group.
Going to. Okay, so I want to kind of angle this. If I angle it diagonal, I should be able to hit both of these guys.
Okay, you mean rotating the cube on a 45-degree? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know that Foundry has the option to do that. Let me see. I've never tried actually. I've never even really thought of them attempting to do so. Actually, you can with cones, so you probably could with.
You can actually delete the template, I guess, because it's not like
Yeah, it will hit. That's fine, anyways. Yeah, it seems like there should be you hold a modifier key or something to do it, but I just tried that. You can't get it to do that. So it works with cones. So I mean, obviously, in-game mechanics, obviously, it would work anyways. Yeah, you can definitely get both of them in there. All right. So that is Keops and the Erdman himself, which is what Rabaya. Yeah, Rabaya. DC 17. And the Erdman actually has advantage against it. So Keops failed though.
Yay.
They both failed.
Ah, yes.
All right.
So,
up to something there.
their movement is halved. Their DC or their AC is dropped by 2.
Okay.
They can use an action or a bonus action, not both. They do not have reactions.
Okay.
And I think casting a spell takes 2, or a roll, or 2 turns.
That sounds familiar. Let's see.
On an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that could be a game changer right there. All right.
Okay.
Bonus actions.
So, yes. All right. I'm going to use 2 of my sorcery points and cast Psychic Glance as a bonus action.
Okay. Who are you hitting?
It's 120 feet, so I'm gonna hit the Seer Doman.
Okay. Let's see. Kiosks. I failed.
Sorry, I did. Never mind. It's fine. I said Seer Doman. I meant Erdogan.
You meant? Okay, that's fine. Well, he would have advantage on it, so I'll roll it one more time, and then he, whichever the worst of the two, or sorry, whichever the better of the two, rather he'll get.
I've got a better line of sight than the other guy.
Sure. Still failed anyway, so all right. 26. All right.
And that is it for my turn, because I'm not in control of the burn, so I can't do it.
Okay. And that was psychic damage anyway, so no blood into the pool there. All right, that brings us to Pogo. What is our halfling hiding in the corner doing?
Sorry, I was muted.
For other halfling.
So I'm going to mentally command one of the stones first as a bonus action to go and try to attack, and you can tell me if this wouldn't be an attack, this would just be an action, try to do this. I want the rock to try to, because these things are flying over the water.
Yeah, they're floating up
I
in the air.
want it to just attack from above and try to force it underwater and use its movement to pin it to the floor of the water and just hold it underground or under the water.
Click animate objects for me again. Don't consume resource. I want to see if they can conform, like a basic action like a grapple and try to, pin it underwater so we drown. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, since it's a big rock.
Yeah, not
it would be a normal grapple, but yeah.
Yeah, not like a grapple, but basically
they have strength. So these ones have it at 18.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff, and I control them with my mind, so I don't have to actually do.
You don't have to see it or anything. Okay, all right, that works.
Up to 500 feet mentally. They do only have a moving speed of 30 feet, though. So.
But he didn't move far enough away for that to be a problem. So, Keops didn't get far enough away from the rocks for that to be a problem. All right, that seems reasonable to me. I think that makes sense just from their weight. Not like try to pin him necessarily, but land on him and just stay above him kind of thing.
Well, I was hoping to land on him, and so it was like if it hits for the attack.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna do one first and see what happens to kind of gauge it.
Okay.
But I wanted it to use the rest of its movement to push this thing all the way underwater and either an attack or a grapple. So grapple would still be fine if I can. I'd roll for a strength contested strength.
Are these huge or large? It was too large, right?
Huge.
I thought you could only do one huge.
Oh, let me double check. Then maybe 2 large objects. Let me double check.
I thought I could be wrong here. Huge objects count as 8, which you can do 8, right? So it'd only be one huge. I made them large on the map. Do you want them to be too large?
Take off 6 of that damage I did before.
Okay.
So yeah, they got to be.
He healed himself anyway, so. All right.
Oh, okay. So they would be 2 large objects.
Okay. All right. So their strength is 14 then.
Let me. No, their strength is 14. Yeah, still gonna try it, but what I'll do is I'll have them work together.
Okay.
So with advantage.
Give advantage.
So
have the rocks help each other.
They're basically just trying to slam this guy all the way underwater, so he can't do any verbal components or. And I don't know if these guys can drown, but maybe I can hold them down and at least take some of their action away.
All right. It wouldn't be a +4 in that case. It'd be a +2. Let me change the stats real quick here on this guy.
It's going to be a 14 with advantage, so basically 2 20s. Oops.
There we go. Yep. All right. Yeah. So it'll be +2 with a modifier. I'm gonna say with proficiency, just because they're rocks. So it'll be +4. That would make it 15. Proficiency of another 3.
Yeah, so 15.
What's the second one? Yeah, 50. Okay. So it'll be 18. You don't see this, I guess, so you're not really sure of the success, other than the splashing you may hear in the distance. Yeah, but Arteme and Sarah, from around the corner there, you see these 2 floating rocks, both kind of lift up overhead until they're in your view, and then plummet down, disappearing from your view with a scream and a splash. Just so that the camera knows, essentially, it does seem like he's pinned beneath it. Not enough that he won't be able to maybe get out, but it does seem like it did succeed in shoving him underneath. Have you
heard the joke? What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball?
Okay.
That's a good joke.
All right. Bonus actions.
Kind of choked on that joke, man.
So that was actually the bonus action to move those. And
all right.
The normal action is going to be to. I can only see one of the zombie guys right now.
And that is the one that did hear you. So
I'm gonna go to.
Or saw you.
There's a zombie. You're a fucking ugly piece of shit. And I'm just gonna cast Vicious Mockery. He's got a DC 18 Wisdom.
All right.
And if he fails it, he takes 11 psychic damage.
He failed. All right.
He takes 11 psychic damage.
All right. Psychic damage to a... This is actually one of the mindless ones, too. This is not even the other animated. Now that Sarah is conscious as well, nobody else is near, so Sarah and Arteme, you guys can both make... I guess investigation checks is probably the best stat or skill, rather, I could have you guys do. But that was psychic as well, so no other blood into the whirlpool just yet. All right, well, never mind. Let's see if you could figure out why.
Goals, guys.
Nothing.
That was going to be if you could figure out what maybe you could piece together why they were raising the halflings intentionally in this bad way. In such a seemingly, why would they choose to have them able to feel pain? That seems like it wouldn't make sense, but there's clearly a specific purpose to it. You just don't know what that is necessarily just yet. Although anybody that's been hit so far and seen blood trail off into the distance may have been starting to figure that out. That it for Pogo? Not going to move?
That is it for Pogo.
Yeah, the bodies are only 3 weeks old at this point. 3 weeks to a month old. But more importantly, the pain, the damage that's done, as long as it's not psychic damage, it is used to fill in this pool. So none of your characters know this. It's fine for the players to know this, that they were clearly raising these halflings in pain on purpose using Corvalane with the intent of bringing them to the shore here and then just slaughtering all of them, inflicting further pain on them to fulfill this ritual to raise this creature. Yeah, Pogo's not close enough to see this, so he wouldn't be able to get anything from there. All right, that's it. Pogo's not moving, right? Just stay there.
Pogo's not moving. He's staying there. Okay. Although if he gets attacked on Sogon, he is going to use his cutting words. So if it comes up, but I think I'll be back for.
Yeah. Nobody's nearby you at the moment, so. All right. Let's see. 30 feet. Can't even get to. Anything useful there? Nope. Alright. Aquila, the other Seardaman, is going to action and then bonus action to run. To there. Actually, seeing Nazim is going to jump back around the corner again. Because she doesn't have a bonus action for attack, so she used her action to dash. That is it for her turn. Back to Nazim.
All right. I'm going to continue to move towards the group near Pogo so we can kind of have some numbers. So I will run to the left and target... Oh, why aren't you targeting? Target this guy here.
Okay.
15, 20, 25. 30 right there. And then I will cast Mind Sliver on this this guy there.
All right. DC 18. -2. He fails. Go and roll the damage.
All right, let's go for 3 ones this time. None of this 1-1-2 crap.
Yeah. 14. That's a much better roll. That will do it. He had 9 left. These soldiers are pretty ragged and not a lot of robustness and muscle left on the bones. The thought lance, the psychic lance, smashes through his brain. He crumbles to the ground. Again, as especially you would know this, being from Babby as well, know that they don't necessarily stay dead. They'll come right back if specific circumstances aren't met. But he is on the ground and no longer animated. He just crumbled onto the ground. That was action? Any bonus actions?
No. I do have one question, though. The specific conditions, obviously, things like burning them, things like that. If we were to perform this on them, technically they're already dead, so that wouldn't create a life siphon from them, correct?
Yeah, they're already at 0 hit points. Basically, so if you're talking about the siphon thing, that's only from damage, and if they're already at 0, that doesn't count as doing damage, I guess, in this case. You can't smash a chair either, that wouldn't matter.
Gotcha. And then that's going to be, to finish them off, it's going to be fire and something else, right?
Fire or radiant, or if you can destroy the body, so essentially like bludgeoning or slashing. But it'd have to be, actual destruction, not just, smack it once kind of thing.
Significant, yeah.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and tell you, like, the reason that I'm pointing that out is that doing damage to these guys is not going to achieve your goals, really. If your goal here was to try to find something, then getting rid of these guys, they're just going to keep coming. They can keep raising, like, the necromancer's going to just bring them right back again, even if you did destroy them, just because they can animate other corpses, too. So, keep that in mind, everybody.
In other words, just kill the Seer Demon.
Yep.
But keep in mind that damaging them, or even damaging the Mortis for that matter, any of the bodies around here is potentially going to fill in that quota. In fact, actually, at this point, perception check again for Sarah and Artemis. Anything else, Nazim?
Nope, that's it.
All right, that brings us to Cheops. Wait, what was the? You got a natural 1 and a natural 20. What was the advantage for?
It wasn't. It was because I rolled a natural 1, so it automatically rerolled.
Oh, yes. All right. Okay. So in this case, actually, the both of you will be able to see this because a 15 was enough. But you can see that the siphoned energy that is flowing around this, the bones beneath the whirlpool, are beginning to grow a certain amount of flesh and scales. It seems like the animation is more than just bringing the bones back. It seems like it's trying to regrow the creature itself. But Pogo's not near enough to be able to see anything, so he wouldn't be able to tell anything there. All right, so Cheops is under the rocks there, gurgling, trying to free himself from the stones as they're pinning him to the beach, underwater there. Is going to make a contested strength check. You back, Justin. All right, strength check then of a 5. I doubt he'll beat the rocks, so strength check on the rock. Let's see. Rock wins. All right, so Cheops is still underwater. He's not choking yet. He has 1 minute of able to hold his breath, but is not able to do much else and doesn't have.
I'm back. Did we win yet?
Well, your rocks did manage to keep Cheops still pinned beneath them at the moment. Cheops tried to.
Did his spell have a verbal component? But he's like.
Actually, almost all of his spells do. Nearly all of them. Yeah, but so I mean, he was trying to just pull himself out from underneath it, anyways, but did not succeed. There was a contested strength check from the debris there. All right, brings us back to the Mortis. Let's see. what I was just telling them too, Justin, is that killing these mortars is kind of, it's not really your goal anyways, of course, that killing would be kind of pointless because they can just bring them right back again, or raise others. So just not that you guys were focusing on that specifically, but keep that in mind. Let's see. Oh, actually, it was this turn. Yeah, never mind. This is the turn that they don't get to do anything. So next turn, they will have their normal actions. So now that they'll have realized that you all are interlopers here. All right, beginning of the round, the total for the Sanguis in Mortue is 147 currently, because of that big 79 hit against Arteme. That was the only addition that got added to it last round, but it was a big hit. So brings us back to Arteme.
All right. I'm gonna use Produce Flame on this one.
Okay.
Or actually, wait. What range is that?
I mean, you have the broom. You can get yourself in better range if you choose to. Just hitting the little guys isn't going to do you guys a whole lot of good.
Yeah. I'm going to use Moonbeam on the Erdeman.
Okay. Would you click that? Right. It has a cool little effect, but can't even see it because it's too dark. It's not. He's not in the daylight area, so DC 17 con save. Is that only if they're lycanthropes or shapeshifters or something? Let's see. When a creature enters a spell, it also goes to flame, causing serious pain. Must make con save. The 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success. All right. 10. He fails. All right, go and roll the damage, Fox. All right, 10. Not a whole lot, but it is something.
At least it's damage. I'm gonna ask Sarah where she wants me to.
Somewhere that I can still see this dude.
Okay. I'll let you move us just for the simple sake of that, and I'm also gonna send a healing mode to myself.
Yourself? Okay. Because your bonus action.
You can go anywhere you want as long as you go high, because as long as we're up above, I can see. So if you want to...
Yeah, but if we get hit, we'll plummet down into the ocean too.
Yeah, just start heading over towards like Pogo and them. As long as you're up high enough, I can...
Okay, yeah, let's do that then.
Okay. You rolled 4 ones out of that, Fox.
Oh my god.
Roll 8d4 and only get 16. Alright, so you're just going straight up from where you are now?
Been towards Pogo. Just can't see him on the maps.
He's to the northwest. You would have less vision. Well, I guess if you're up above. Yeah, if you're going up high enough over the building.
Yeah, we're going up above.
Everybody else is also that way, so it's not just you.
I don't see Pogo, but I see Norrock, so I'll head towards him for now.
Okay.
And it's not gonna let me because there's a wall in the way, apparently.
Yeah, there's a wall there, so I'll just move you. If it's 60, you could get, like, if you're going upwards also, you could get to about here, but you guys would be 30 feet up in the air, which will be just barely. I'm gonna just, if you guys, I'll just move you one more. I'll just give you one more because you guys are going at an angle anyways. You can probably just barely see him, Sarah, right? To the east.
Yeah, I can see him.
Okay, cool. All right. Is that it for you then, Fox? That was action, bonus action, movement?
Yep.
All right. That brings us to the Erdeman again, who is still slowed and is now in the radius of the moonbeam. Does he get anything if he leaves the area or the moonbeam, Fox? You can move it again, I think, right? Isn't it concentration? Yeah, it's concentration.
Yeah, I think I can move it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
So it's another damage when it starts.
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead. Well, he's. Yeah, he has to make a save each time. All right, so another DC 17 con save, which he fails again. He's failed on a lot of these. He does have legendary resistance. I'll just go ahead and warn you guys of that too. But these aren't enough that he would waste it on it. All right, 6 more damage to him.
This is radiant damage, so...
Radiant still goes into the pool. It's psychic is the only one that doesn't. Yeah.
I have no psychic damage, so oops.
Yeah, that makes a pretty unfortunate limitation. But all right, 163 is the new total. For anybody keeping track here? All right, but he doesn't have a good shot at you guys because he can't see that far. He is still flying. Isn't his speed halved also, Becky?
No. Speed is halved, AC is dropped by 2, and action, bonus, action. Not both.
But not both? Okay.
And no reactions.
Alright, well, in that case, he is just going to have to do bonus action and probably a little bit of movement. And he's going to Necrotizing Restoration again to heal himself for another 40. Which puts him almost back to full again. Not quite, but almost. Why is that button not working again?
Would we know about where the fuck this other house is?
What other house?
The house that we're looking for to find the fucking scales in? Did he give us a map or anything, or were we just gonna poke around?
He didn't have accurate information. Like, go ahead.
Wasn't it his fucking house?
Well, he told us where his house was.
But like, would we know based off what he told us, like what section, like of the
down
city?
Near the docks on the other side of the lighthouse. Is what I wrote down.
Do we see any of that shit? When we came in here, was there a lighthouse?
Well,
we're in the wrong goddamn city, guys.
Wasn't there a broken one, you said, that we passed by?
The stone that Sarah and Artebe just flew away from, that is the house, that is the lighthouse. There's a little bridge there, and then, well, there's a little bridge that is broken that they're flying right next to right now, and there's 2 broken houses right between there.
Warrock's in one of them.
Yeah, he is. Yes, sorry. Yeah, the one that you're in, G, is one of the 2 that is near the lighthouse, yes.
It's 160, what, sorry?
The Sanguis, the number, 163. And he just healed himself a little bit, too. But that is... Oh, he was going to move a little bit, too, so he's going to fly 15 feet since he can't... just to get out of there, because he can't move his full speed, so... He's over there. It is Nork's turn.
Okay. Is that a cliff?
Yep.
Okay.
It's about 15 feet, 20 feet up, maybe.
Alright, then I'll just come off this side then. Probably a little easier, right? Coming down over here.
I would say that even at 15 feet, you can jump down safely. Past
Okay, it's not letting me do it though.
Oh, yeah. There's a wall there. I'll put you down. There you go.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking we
level
need to
13.
pull
You're 8
these
feet
fuckers
tall.
underwater. Maybe if we go down and start just trying to pull them underwater so they can't talk.
Does drowning damage still count?
Yeah. You can hold your breath longer than most people, right, Norak?
Yeah, actually, I can.
It's on-based, yeah, so...
Yeah, when I have two sets of
I don't know if
lungs,
undead creatures, if these guys are undead, if they need air, though. That's the problem. I don't know.
The zombies and skeletons aren't. These guys, the Seardaman and the Urdaman are not, like, fully undead. They're every time they heal, they're becoming more undead.
They're undead-esque.
They're adjacent, yeah, they're undead adjacent.
I'm going to actually dash for my action. Did they use sunlight? Would we be able to see everything, or still just the limited vision that we have? Because didn't the Urdaman cast sunlight?
They did, but
Be able to see the entire map. It doesn't take up everything.
It doesn't. Daylight doesn't cover the spell. Daylight just
Okay.
gives a 60-foot radius.
Okay.
It's 60 foot dim and 60 foot.
Plus, there's a lot of walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Well, if we could get together and you guys could buy me a little bit of time, I could cast water breathing on us.
How much time you need?
He's out in the water over there, right?
He's floating above it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
15 feet.
How deep is the water over there?
Yeah.
If we had to guesstimate.
Where he is, it's not. It's probably like maybe 10 feet deep at most.
Okay. I think I still have a couple more.
But the part you're on right now is a broken ship. Like that's parts of that are actually sticking up out of it. You can walk on that.
All right. I think that is it for my. Actually, you know what? Fuck this guy. I'm gonna use intimidating presence on the Erdeman.
Okay.
Make him run like a little bitch.
Click it.
If it works. Okay.
Let's see. Within 30 feet, he's within 30 feet, right?
Yeah, I think he's like 25,
Yeah, he's 25.
25.
Yep. Wisdom DC 8 plus yours, so that'd be what 12 plus your charisma or strength. Your strength is 5.
Yeah, I think my strength will be higher.
Yeah, I assume you'd want to use strength, but I think your strength is 5, right? Okay. All right, so it'd be 18 that he used to beat, right? Wait, is your proficiency 4 or 5 right now? Yeah, it's 5.
My...
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, proficiency's 5 too. So
yeah.
All right, so 18. All right. Let's see. Wait. Okay, is your strength only 4 then?
Yes. So it's the number to the left,
4.
right? The
Yep,
check number. It's 4.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah. And proficiency's 5.
All right. Cool. Oh, so it is DC 17. All right. 16. He fails. Jeez. All right. So
bitch.
he is afraid of you and has to. Well, he's still slowed, but he can't move closer to you and has disadvantage on attacks and I believe ability checks, maybe saves as well. I'll double check when it comes up. All right. Cool. All right. That if your turn then.
Yes.
Okay, so he is afeared. Put that one on him. That brings us to Sarah. Now, just to clarify, though, what information were you thinking you got from Vol about his house, about the house that he was talking about?
I don't remember what information he gave us at all. I remember him just saying, but back in the previous thing, that his family had a family heirloom of sorts that I thought we were trying to look for here.
Okay. So he didn't tell you that the scales are in his house. You asked him where his house. So you're talking about you're mixing up 2 different conversations that happened with him. One was like a year ago in real world time, and that one was where the rumors of Cadogan is. That's where the sheaf was buried, the sheaf of scales. That it was buried somewhere in the town, which is why the Vabians are here. That happened. That happened a long time ago. When you guys met him outside. Last session, when you met him outside, you asked him where his house was. I guess you were conflating the two, that would be with his house, and he told you that his house is by the lighthouse, which you guys are near.
Not where the thing was.
Well, I mean, you're connecting dots there that I would probably say you shouldn't try to connect those dots. Only because so it's not buried there. I'm just going to tell you that. I can see where you were kind
not
of
the only
making that
person
connection.
that thought the scales were like somewhere in his house.
I thought he said that his
It was a family heirloom they had.
yeah, it was a family heirloom, but they didn't
They
know
kept
where
it like
they
up
were.
on the wall or something.
They said they didn't know where it was, and then you asked him last session where his house was, and he told you that. So does that make sense? Everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
There's no guarantee that they're even anywhere in town.
yeah, we're talking, a mythology that is 1,500 years old or something like that. I don't remember the exact date.
So let's regroup and figure this out then, and if we have to, kind of pile up.
Well, you do know that the Vabians are clearly here with a specific purpose. So they've been here for 3 weeks digging right now. So that's why, remember, they keep raising these and having them dig and so on. And then right now, this attempt to resurrect this creature seems to be their goal.
Maybe they're in that big ass stone box that the creature's holding on to.
That might make sense. So without saying anything else, even though I just didn't want you guys to be chasing a red herring there, that I understand why that was what your thought was, Justin. But yeah, that's not. There was 2 different data sets that you were mixing up there. What are you doing, Sarah?
Okay. Hoping this works. I'm gonna attack. Here we go, man. Okay.
All right, 26.
That's great.
That'll hit, yeah.
He cannot heal until the end of my next turn.
Oh, all right.
And I'm going to use 2 more sorcery points and hit him with Psychic Lance again.
All right.
The bonus.
DC 17. Does he make this with disadvantage or anything for being slowed?
I don't think that affects his save.
He's frightened by me, so his his checks are disadvantage right now.
Have a look at
He's scared.
fear. Yeah. I know
Well,
it's
I'm in
definitely
line of
attack
sight,
rolls
I
and,
think.
and ability check. Yeah, as long as he can
line of
see you.
sight.
Yeah. Frightened is attack rolls. It's not safe, so it's frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is in line of sight. All right.
Okay.
And he can't willingly move towards you either. All right. So DC 17. Uh, 18. So he does succeed.
Alright, well he still takes half damage, which I just realized I forgot to do damage for that.
For what other one? Oh, for the chill touch.
Yeah, which
All
will
right.
get added.
Okay.
It's chronic.
All right. So 11 damage.
Necrotics seem to do damage to him.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, he's still alive. And 36 psychic that does not get added to it.
Only half of that because he saved.
Oh, that's right. All right. So 29 total to him. Wonder why that button disappeared on that add-on. That was a really handy add-on. I'm going to change that. All right. That if your turn.
Yeah, because I can't do it.
All right. All right. That brings us to Pogo.
All right. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and continue to use my action to, now that the rocks are holding this thing down under the water, can they do an attack? Can one of them do an attack while one holds the grapple, or would I be having the grapple at a standard roll instead of advantage?
I would say that because you asked them both to do it, like you had them help, you know what I mean? That taking one away is going to make things easier for him if he tries to escape. You can do it. You can use one to make the attack, but he will no longer be. The DC will be a little easier for him to try to escape. That makes sense?
Yeah.
He's been underwater for 6 seconds at this point. The full 6 seconds. He's coming up here shortly.
It takes a while, though.
Yeah, he has 1 minute of breath, so he'd have to be.
I just figured this takes. They're underwater now. They're within range. I'm going to command both the large objects, or first one of them, to go and just try to destroy whatever's at the heart of the whirlpool on the bottom of the ocean, on the bottom of the water. So I'm just going to have them go and start attacking in the middle of the bottom of the whirlpool area.
Okay.
I don't know what's down there, but this is all
both of them?
Well, one first. See what happens.
Hang on. So you okay. I was gonna say that you haven't seen it or been anywhere near this. You wouldn't know anything about it enough to be able to tell them what to do. Except that Arteme had said over the Rocky Talkies that there's something. Yeah, that there's something down there. So if you're going to use that information to instruct them to do that, although I mean you still wouldn't know where it is, and they don't have sight to be able to figure it out. Hey, what?
They have blind sight up 30 feet or 60
They're rocks. They don't have blind sight.
And
do animated objects have blind?
The whirlpool. Well, it does say they have blind sight. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. It's not a creature, but I'll say that between Arteme and Sarah, because Sarah had told you guys last session that there was a whirlpool, and Arteme had said that they're trying to resurrect something that's beneath it. That they can at least.
Well, I might have seen a whirlpool when I was in the middle of this room over here. I don't know if I would have seen it though. I saw it on the map, but I don't know if that means anything.
That's fair. That's enough. That's fair. I would say between all of these things, you can piece it together enough to give them basic instructions. So you're having both of them? Just one? Okay.
One first to see if it even does anything, if it can, what it happens. But it's just going to send it to down to the bottom of the water and just try to destroy wherever the central part is where this whirlpool is coming from.
Okay. All right, 1 second, guys. I gotta grab another drink.
And that's a 60.
Right, do we want to tell Ozzy they're trying to resurrect something?
Hey, natural 20.
So what's the plan here? Because I can make some dashes towards you. I could do a whole bunch of psychic damage. What do you guys need from me?
Oh yeah, if we could kill the Erdeman and the Seardaman with psychic damage, that'd be freaking peachy. Because I have literally none of that, so yeah.
Yeah, and I can do like 6.
Do you want me to run towards Aquila and kill Aquila first, or run towards Ordeman?
One's Aquila.
Upper right. See where I am, kind of.
Probably try and kill her first.
Well, we're gonna have to focus on one at the same time because they have that. They restore like 4 points a turn.
But
right now, the Erdeman can't heal until the end of my next turn.
So the Erdeman would be the best one to try and go after.
It's gonna take me about 3 or 4 moves to get to you guys.
And then it's gonna be able to heal again. Like, yeah.
Your best bet would be to
keep hitting him with that, but it's gonna be adding blood to the whirlpool as well.
Yeah, and it can just heal. So.
All right, so Pogo's right next to me. I guess me and Pogo will start wailing on Aquila to the east.
I'm holding concentration on my rocks, so I don't really want to get attacked. But if you can get Aquila to you, and I can see it.
Gotcha. I'll run towards Aquila and start.
My thought is if I can just start destroying, because here's the thing: I'm trying to use the rocks as diversion. Because if I use the rocks to start them, like, maybe they'll start attacking the fucking rocks instead of spending their turns trying to murder you guys.
That seems like... okay. Analysis of the situation for anybody that has watched what's going on here, you're pretty sure that if you try to damage the corpse that's down there, it's definitely going to make the Seardaman and the Erdeman very mad.
That's big, see? Love it when I have an idea that makes sense. That's why I said 1 rock, because I wasn't sure if they'd give a shit.
Don't want to waste it just in case?
Yeah, my 1 stone got a natural 20 on its attack, by the way.
So how does the damage work? Is it just improvised
it's
or what?
2d10 plus 2.
Okay, I see it in the chart there. Okay, all right, go ahead and roll it.
So my question was, do we want to tell Ozzy that they're trying to resurrect something?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So is that going to be 13 doubled?
You would double the dice, yeah. So it'd be 26 plus 2.
So yeah, 28 damage to whatever is at the bottom of that fucking thing.
So what I'm gonna do, this is a little wonky. Yeah, I'm gonna take it out for the. Well, shit, I still need the number roll though for the total because the ritual doesn't. It's not just that total. Effectively, so it's going to effectively reduce the number that it is absorbed. Is how I'm going to handle that. So it definitely has an impact there, but more importantly, potentially more importantly, depending on how you feel about it, is that there is a blood-curdling, just furious scream out of Rabaya, the Erdeman there, seeing the rock plummeting into the whirlpool, having almost no resistance from the water because the water, like the whirlpool, is like pushing the water away, and you can see the skeleton beneath it. So nobody's really near enough to see this, but the rock just kind of smashes into the splintered bones of this like long petrified. Nobody's been close enough to realize. Oh, actually, shit! The rock is right there. Never mind. Yeah. The bones down there look ancient. They look thousands of years old, and long since petrified. These are like whale fossils under the seafloor. Is kind of the appearance, except for the giant stone box that it is wrapped around. And more importantly, maybe than the skeleton is the stone box that is now being smashed into by this rock. And the Erdeman looks like completely despondent, like this is the end of his world.
I mean, if we destroy the scales, at least they're not a player in the game anymore.
Well, then the castle might get attacked, but I feel like it would have been if they had already had the scales, then they didn't attack the castle still. So they obviously knew the scales weren't there. If that's what this is, who knows?
We can just give them the broken pieces. It's fine.
Yeah. This is not what you wanted.
Found them.
You
Scales
stole
as
them.
an artifact?
They're just a little
Yeah,
crazy.
it's an artifact. Yes, it's an artifact.
Oh, let's get that.
And then I am going to, after hearing this wail, I am going to tell my second large object to do the exact same thing.
All right.
Land down inside this whirlpool.
Okay.
So it's a,
There isn't really enough room.
Oh, there's not enough room? Like it goes
yeah.
No.
It just, well, the one big rock is basically filling the space that isn't already occupied by water. So the other rock would be trying to swim through the water, which pretty significantly reduce the effect of it trying to impact it, in the water. Does that make sense?
Actually,
What if
nice,
the
those
one
artifacts. They could be kind of useful.
Hang on,
I'm
what
gonna
if
go
the one
ahead.
rock impacts the other rock?
Like,
I mean, maybe it would just
crackers?
be, it would absorb a good chunk of the kinetic force, so it wouldn't do, as much damage at all. But I mean, it's still something. It's possible.
I'm gonna go ahead and just use this stone to try to continue to hold this guy under the
Okay.
water.
Okay.
So its strength, let's do a quick roll, and its strength is.
Well, you did. Okay. So just to do it again. All right. So,
So it'd be 15 plus 4, so 19 for the strength, plus
Right.
2, I think? Or plus...
plus
they
2
don't-
from 14. Yeah, strength's 14. So, and Keops fails, so he's still pinned.
Alright, so he'll just stay pinned, and then I'm going to use my normal action to... let's see, what's this zombie joke?
The one in front of you. The one in front of you is already inanimate.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and use Vicious Mockery again on it.
It's not animate. It's
Oh,
it's dead.
It's dead!
Yeah, I mean it'll come back
Oh,
because unless you do psychic or radiant, radiant or fire, unless you destroy the body with psychic or fire or a natural 20. That's the only way you can destroy undead.
but, so I can... But it,
Sorry, not psychic, fire or radiant rather.
Got it, Fire Radiant.
Yeah.
In that case...
The team had killed it right in front of you.
Sorry, I think I was pooping. Okay. That would do it. That's just force damage. So for my actual action then. Guiding bolt has been used. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt on the one.
That is radiant, so it would keep
Yeah.
it from coming back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt
Okay.
on that.
It is inanimate,
down.
so it's with advantage. Well, technically, it's ranged with disadvantage, and then advantage for it being inanimate. But we'll just call it an advantage roll. It's not moving, and you have kind of a straight shot. Normally they would wash out, but I would say it's in this case enough in your favor to still get advantage. That'll do it. And any amount of radiant damage is fine, so you don't even need to roll the damage. He's gone, and won't be able to be resurrected. All right, movement.
Might as well use my Lithic of Life Thieving as well on
Oh
it.
shit, yeah.
And I'll take back my 3 hit points that I'm down.
Okay. Are you down any?
I was down 3.
Oh, 3. Okay, gotcha. All right. All right.
And that'll be my turn.
You're not gonna move.
Nope.
All right. Keep hiding in the corner. All right.
I
Then.
got my rocks doing my dirty work for me. They've been doing pretty good so far. They haven't been doing too bad.
Yeah.
Got one of the guys out of the game for a couple rounds. One of them seems like he's.
It's definitely having a big impact anyway. So at the very least,
I just don't want to
put
sprint at the
something.
beginning attack. Yeah.
Let's see. 60-foot radius sphere. That is pretty big. Let's see. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. Okay. So Aquila, Nazim, you know that one of the Seerdamen. You don't know that this one is Aquila, except that Bol had told you that the 2 Seerdamen were Aquila and Shelops. Sophia told you that. But anyway, she jumps around the corner, about here, and is going to cast a spell in your direction. She actually points at the ground in a area kind of between you and Pogo.
cast
I'm gonna
counterspell.
get hit anyways.
Can I cast counterspell?
You can. Yeah, you can certainly try. It'll be your reaction to do it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and counterspell the whatever this person's trying to do.
Right. So click counterspell.
All right, let me grab that really quick here. Sorry. Where is it? Counterspell. There it is. Gotcha. Coming up.
Level 3, I think.
There you go. And cast spell.
Yeah. Well,
And
don't
don't consume it.
Well, yeah. You do consume it because you're gonna do it anyways. You said you're gonna, so it'll still be a reaction.
Okay, so cast spell and consume spell slot.
Yep.
Done.
All right, and it is DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. It's a level 16, so you need to make a charisma, not save, but charisma ability check. And you need to beat your DC 16.
Charisma.
So on your character sheet, if you scroll down to charisma, underneath wisdom at the very
You
bottom.
got a +5 to it.
There
Yeah, he
you go.
does. Yep. So it'll be the left side, not the right side. Actually, if you just click the word charisma, it'll ask you if you want ability check or
Ability
save.
check it.
Yeah.
There you go. Normal public roll coming up.
Yep. Natural 20. Shit. All right. The spell she was attempting to cast, I actually put in the chat there. You guys wouldn't recognize it, but the players can know it, even if the you guys characters don't. Would have covered the both of you, and is a pretty bad
Man,
one.
you guys are loaded.
I mean, they're high-end necromancers, so
500, yeah, just 500 gold pieces lying around for a spell.
they're government funded. What do you think our government does with
Yeah,
all the money we give them?
yeah, these are the
These are the
drones of the this world. Just tossing
yeah,
them
I
out.
was gonna go with Blackwater, but the government contractor. And then she's going to jump back behind the wall, and that. Well,
she's
the
gonna
only
get
one
it.
She doesn't have. She doesn't
You
need
go
right
give
now.
it to her, buddy. Give it to her, big guy.
All right, it is your turn. That was
Oh,
a
me?
pretty heavy neutering too, because that was a very high level spell. She does a lot of spell slots. So
All right, so I can run 30 feet, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Let's see. 5. Each of these is 5.
Yep.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I don't think I could see her from here.
no.
If you dash, you could go a bit farther.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can. You
but
can.
I won't be able to use my action, though.
Yeah, you'd have a bonus action still, but no action if you dash.
Okay, so 30, and I'll use my action as a dash, I guess, so another 30.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You can you see her there?
Yeah, I have
Okay,
direct
cool, yeah.
access.
Yep. For some reason, I don't see her on this one. I'll refresh this one, but I do see it on my main screen that you can see her there. So
Yeah, diagonally, just kind of cut across that corner. Let me pull up this really quick, and I could do a bonus action. Let's see what we have for that.
Cast or whatever. there.
I can shove. I
a
can
warcaster
do
would
nerve
be for
mastery.
opportunity attacks for reaction.
Oh,
but-
that's right. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah. Psychic shove isn't really going to do anything. Yeah. Then I think that's going to be it for me.
All right. Then that'll bring us to Keops, who is still pinned. Instead of trying to free himself with a, let's see. Yeah, instead of trying to free himself
I'm
with
talking about the water, dick.
yeah, I think. Shit, really. All of them? Literally every spell. He only has one special ability.
I ran
It's not
into
even a
this
spell.
a long time ago, and I was
You
like,
compare
I'm
all
not
your
gonna
spells
start
to
getting
verbal?
spells that don't all require verb.
Yeah,
verbal.
literally every
Oh,
one except for she only has one ability.
probably
That
won't
is
help.
the heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the heal, and he doesn't need it right
yeah.
now. So he can't cast a spell to get out, which means that he doesn't have any choice. Well, he technically has some like melee type stuff too, but Grim Harvest and Withering Touch, but neither of those would be useful against a rock. Yeah, because the rock. Wait, does the rock? Okay, is the rock when it's animated? Is it a creature?
Let me click this.
Yeah, click it again. That's such a long, wonky spell. I haven't looked over it as thoroughly as I ought to, especially since you have
They
it.
come to life. Animates becomes a creature, so it is a creature.
Okay.
And it lasts.
It still counts them as objects near the top. Yeah. Well, construct is still a creature though. That's like.
So it's
that's,
like an animatron, the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can give them commands mentally up to 500 feet. You decide what action they're going to take, where they're going to move.
Yeah, that covers it. I mean, the first part, they still call them objects, but I think that's pre-animation, essentially.
Yeah.
So in that case, yeah. Well, one of them doesn't work on constructs. The other ability, called Withering Touch, doesn't specify, meaning that it does work. So she's going to, or he is going to punch into the rock with Withering Touch.
Fair.
What is their AC? Do they have an AC? Well, at 26 beat it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. 26 they did. Do they have a hit point?
Yeah, they do. They have 50 hit points each.
Well, that was a waste. so
45 hit points.
You did 5. All right, but is still has plenty of time before drowning would be an issue, but is trying to fight its way out. And
Has to make a wisdom saving throw at the end of his turn to see if he gets
to break the. Okay.
And I forgot to have you do it for the Erdoman as well.
All right, then I'll do that. Wisdom save.
I think.
That sounds right. 21. So he is broken out of slow.
I've got my rock HP on my list now.
All right.
Check this.
Yeah, it's wisdom.
All right, then I'll roll for the Erdoman for his last turn there. And he actually gets advantage. Natural 20. All right. Then we're slow.
Okay. That's all right.
Still feared though. Mortis though. What's that?
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have a disadvantage on saves from the fear, does he?
No, the fear was ability checks and attack rolls. Yeah. Specifically checked that too. The Mortis near. Remember, the Mortis are they're not the trained ones. They're just the even less smart halflings that have just been raised. Because halflings are just dumb in general, is going to trying to reach the flying Sarah and Arteme, jump off of the edge there, just kind of stumbling overwards and falling down towards the ground there. It's 20 feet up, so it'll be 2d10. Probably doesn't really matter to roll, but well, it's enough. He hits the ground and stops moving. So his attempt to reach you fails pretty spectacularly. He'll end up getting right back up again, but the others around can't really get to you guys to do anything with them, unless they pick up improvised. Yeah, they can't really get over there anyways. All right, let's see where Norak jumped down. Pogo, the Mortrillis will have heard you by now, but he can't get all the way to you. He can only get there. Nazim, you're kind of surrounded, so you've got a couple around you. One of them is rushing in straight from the north there. The one you actually hit him previously, I believe with Eldritch Blast last week, if I remember right. Is going to try to thrash at you.
Actually, I think I just hit him with a psychic, but I only hit him for like 3 or 4.
That's right. Okay, this was earlier tonight, yeah. All right, 19, that'll hit, I assume?
19?
Yeah.
Armor class.
No, not 19 damage. 19 is above your AC, right?
Oh yeah, AC's 13.
Yeah. Okay. For 9 damage from him, another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He can make it as well. He'll also thrash at you. 23. That'll also hit then.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Another 6 damage from him.
15 damage.
So the others can't make it to you, but they are clambering out, trying to reach you. Nobody else is within vicinity, right? That they can even get around there. There's a couple more that are going to try to make it down to Pogo, but Pogo is in a little bottleneck that they can't really get through.
All right, I'm back.
And Norak is down on the beach. All right. Yep. All right, so that's it. That brings us back to environmental check. Right now, the Sanguis is at 174. So not very far.
Oh, shit. For my turn, did I only use one rock?
Shit.
I was going to use the other rock to attack the thing again. I forgot. I think I only did one rock, or did I do both?
Your last turn was the one where you used one rock to hit it, and then the other rock you said to try to keep pinning Keops.
Okay, I did. Okay, just want to make sure that was not the last turn.
But that damage done to Nazim actually would have gone into that as well from those two guys. That was 15 total, so another 15 into the Sanguis.
Oh shit! They're all around me now.
Yeah, you were AFK for a second there, but they were all they're clambering in, trying to get to you. They couldn't quite reach you in time, but
why'd you let this happen?
You're supposed to be defending the halfling. That brings us to Arteme.
Okay, I'm gonna heal myself a bit more with the rest of my orb.
You can use one per turn, right? I think it's only one per
For
turn.
the first one, and then in the next one I could use more. On future choosing, you may decide another mode. Oh no, one per turn until then. Okay, yeah, so I guess it's just one.
Doing cool shit there.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna send another one to me.
Okay, another 8d4 for your bonus action. Alright, 21 more. That's a better roll at least. Action and movement.
I'm gonna move a bit more towards Nora.
Okay, Norok is to the east now on the broken ship over there
Yeah,
on the
I
shore.
see that. So I'm gonna move towards.
Okay.
Is that about
It's
60 feet?
60 feet? Yeah, I think it's 60. You only went 5, 10, 15, like 30. So you have another 30-ish feet.
About right there. And then I'm gonna contact Ozzy, tell him sorry to wake you up, but we got to Dogan, and some of the necromancers are trying to resurrect some creature in the water.
Okay. You don't get.
Chest.
Hey, what?
And there's a giant chest with it, so
Right.
Big old titties.
It says Pandora on the
The
side.
skeleton has big old titties. It has a giant chest. What did you say, Saka?
Oh, it says Pandora on the side of the box.
Oh, Pandora's box. We'll see. But so you send the message to him. Usually, like, I'm not going to say that it takes your action to use this item, to use your Rocky Talkie. So you still have your action technically, because you guys normally shout and everything, and you technically get one like regular use of an item. Usually, when it's a magic item, it's supposed to take your action. But I would say that this is, just tapping your ear to use a Rocky Talkie is not going to take your action.
okay, I'm gonna use Cure Wounds myself then.
Okay.
I'm still like in dire need of healing here.
Yeah. That 79 was like almost all your hit points early on
We
too.
tried hiding in a closet.
No, I'm
Wasn't
not.
surprising.
Were you only casting at level 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so 10 more hit points then. Alright, that brings us back to the Erdeman. Still feared. I think he has to make the check at the end of his turn, Reggie. We'll check here.
I think it is then. Let me double check that.
That's usually how those kinds of effects work, but
I'll scroll back up and look at it.
sure. And he's no longer slowed, so...
He's got spells back.
And he's
Okay.
very angry. He is like... He's like Norok stubbing his toe angry at this point.
He wishes. Can't nobody get mad as me.
Yeah. Man too angry to die.
That's right.
Let's see.
Fuck it, I'll just click on it again.
It's probably the end. Yeah, if you want to click it, I can tell you. On subsequent turns, you can use a bonus action to force another wisdom saving throw. Oh, okay, so it only lasts for that one round anyway.
Oh,
So it's already
okay.
over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It succeeds on a... is frightened of you until the end of your next turn, which
My next turn?
is not
Well,
yet.
that
Yeah,
would be
so
after.
actually, yeah. So, yeah, he doesn't get to
Okay,
make
so
a
he
save
is.
now. Yeah,
Okay.
he's still feared until the end of your next turn. And then you could do it again as a bonus action.
Okay.
But he stays feared for now, at least. Then, in that case...
Hold on.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Alright. Let's see, what's the range here? I don't like either of those options. Alright. He still just screaming in anger and frustration. Norok, you kind of are... Well, actually, Norok, Sarah, and Arteme, all of you can see him floating above the water there. But just screams in a fury, an incantation that some of you may recognize. And there is a small...
What he's aiming at. Is he aiming at Norok or the rock?
He's aiming to the southwest, not at any of you. He's aiming to the southwest a little bit, but you see him kind of point just very briefly in that direction, and then there's a flash of blue light that snaps up around him like a circle and like envelops him, and then he disappears.
Oh. Counterspell. I'm counterspelling that shit. Hell no.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I have a plan. Absolutely not.
Oh wait, that only goes 500 feet. Oh, I thought he was doing a different kind of teleport. Okay.
300 feet.
Yeah, no. Yeah, fuck that.
Oh, it's 500 feet total.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be gone, but no, this is just gonna he's just gonna be like, "What's up, bitches? I'm over here now."
Change this.
I just came up with a really good line for him if I was gonna try to do psychic damage, but I don't think I'm going to. And it's gonna be like, "I'm gonna crush your box, and not just saying that to your mother."
I forgot one other damage thing. Never mind. The rock. No, the rock is a creature, so that counts. So the 5 damage that he did to the rock also, because the rock counts as a creature right now.
So they're both underwater, if that makes a difference as well, but.
It doesn't really in this case. Yeah, I mean, so when McDudson punched the rock with his withering touch, because the rock is a creature right now, because you've animated it, right, which is the only reason he was able to use withering touch.
Yeah.
Then the damage that he did was only 5, but the damage he did to it also feeds into the siphon.
Yeah, but a rock wouldn't have blood whether it's considered a creature or not.
It's not specifically blood. It's actually pain that is feeding it technically. Yeah, that's why it's any damage. Like radiant or fire doesn't necessarily leave blood
by
either.
the way, these are the arguments that Leah gets very, very mad at me about later at night. Oof, we had a weird one after the last game, but yeah.
Yeah.
This would be she'd be like, why would a?
I mean, I can tell you. No, I can tell you. Like, not the relationship part of it, of the just bickering about things, but specifically the part about, as a DM, you want to try to say yes as much as you can.
Yeah.
You don't want to try to say no. And if you can make an excuse to say yes, and it makes sense, without breaking the rules of the game and everything, then do that. And there's situations when, as a DM also, I feel like you could have, if it meant bending the rules a little bit, there's a gray area of how far is you're comfortable with, but I can see her arguments in multiple cases.
This one would have started a fight for sure. the rocks.
No, I was just curious. I was just curious because it's like a rock, so it wouldn't really feel pain.
Well, that's true. That's fair.
It's fair.
That's a fair argument there. But at the same, so specifically the description of it was, the only reason it was even allowed is because he animated it. Because he animated it as a creature, damage done to a creature is what triggers the siphon. So that's
fair enough. I'm just wondering because
I 100% agree. Honestly, it's only 5
damage because psychic damage isn't real.
Emotions aren't a thing.
Emotions aren't real. Everyone knows it.
Wow.
All right. The Erdeman, though, attempting to get away, you're upcasting that to 5th, you said?
Yeah, I didn't pay any attention to what spell it was, and Sarah doesn't care. She's casting it at 5th. She's tired of failing it. So.
Okay. All right. So...
Get some serious spells in there.
Dimension Door isn't that severe of one, but it does change things a lot, because what he was attempting to do there was a bigger deal. When did Chill fall off, Becky?
The end of my turn, so you cannot do it yet.
Okay, so he's not. Yeah, your turn hasn't come up since then, right? He's still chilled from now. All right, so he's still feared. He doesn't need to worry about losing his concentration. He can still bonus action, which. Let's see.
Wait, for my healing, was it taking into account the bonus from my Wood Sage's course? Because I keep forgetting about that.
Click the Wood Sage's course. I mean, unless you factored it in, no. I mean, you need to know your characters more than I do. Does it allow you to double healing effect? I think it is, right? Let's see. 2 spells at once. Any healing cast will be upcast okay, by 2 levels, which means that what would the upcast? Your choker ones it would, because that's not a spell, but your cure wounds that you just did would.
Would have been level 3 and stuff.
Yeah, which would have been 3d8 instead of 1d8, I think. So roll 2d8 more. I think it's 1d8 extra for each level of cure wounds that you cast.
I think. It just popped into my head, so you know.
No, good. I'm glad you remembered. Yeah, it's it would be 2d8 more. So yeah, heal for another 11. As far as the Erdeman here, he is going to. Whoops, wrong tool here. He is going to cast something else, and you still see him snap out. But there is a puff of smoke left behind that you instantly recognize as Misty Step. And to there. He was trying to Dimension Door first. You prevented him from being able to do that, and so he Misty Stepped instead as a bonus action to get himself there. And that is it for his turn, because his action was counterspelled, and his bonus action... oh, shit, he still has his own movement. Never mind. His fly speed with fly is...
Why the fuck did you just do that? Why did you just move like 20 feet?
There was another reason.
All right.
Yeah, well, he Misty Stepped as well, but he still has 60 feet flight as well.
He's going to cast a cone of shitstorm in a second.
He actually, yeah, I mean, he could have Misty Stepped and then just flown over to where his goal was, but he is over there now. You guys would have seen him, Misty Step and then fly across the horizon there. But that is it for his turn. That brings us to Norok.
He's over behind the lighthouse now.
Yeah. I mean, he's on the ledge with the broken lighthouse. Yes.
All right. Can I see the box, or is it too far into the water that the giant creature thing is holding?
Not really, because of the whirlpool. The whirlpool is dense enough, causing enough disturbance in the water that it's all white. I would say that you'd have to dive in and swim over to it to be able to see the box. The only reason you know it's there is that Sarah... Well, that's true, actually. The rock is covering it now anyways, yeah. But Sarah and Artemis saw it from above while they were flying on the broom, that's why. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know that it was there.
So the rock, though, it just did an attack. It is not trying to grapple the box to the ground or anything, so you could probably get it out of the way if you needed to.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the box was being squished by the rock or what. So.
It is. You're a big guy. You could probably move it.
I'm going to go investigate.
In fact, in my mind, I'd imagine it probably hit it and then kind of rolled a little bit to the side of it, but could just be on
Usually an attack isn't, hit it and then stay there. You swing and then you pull away or whatever, so...
So imagine just slammed into it and then just kind of
lifted itself up 1 foot or something, yeah.
Actually, that's probably what it is, yeah. It's probably just lifted itself back up.
It's animated, it can float, so it might as well. Better than getting caught in the water.
I don't think it'll let me move any farther because of the water, but if I can, I'm going to swim down in there and see how big the box is. If the box is big enough to where I can just grab the whole thing, I'm just going to grab the motherfucker and run. And if not, I'm going to try to pry it open and get what's inside.
Okay. I'm going to move you so that you're south of the wall. You'll be able to move now.
Okay.
So that was 10 or 15. Actually, it's hazardous terrain anyways because it's water that you're having to wade through, so it would be not hazardous.
Half. I think I was 20 feet away anyway, wasn't I, from that spot?
Probably right about, yeah. So you probably have another...
You're probably seeing the stone start to move up for a second attack as well.
Okay.
Just for simplicity's sake, I moved the rock to the south a little bit, just so that it's out of the way. Okay. It's still above. It's still in the way. I just moved it so that you can move your token. All right.
So I'm just gonna try to.
All right. Give me. It's with all of the water splashing around, the rock in the way, and everything. Give me an investigation check. There's going to be 2 here. You're going to need an investigation check, and you're also going to need a strength check with... It's a magical whirlpool, too. I was going to say you'd have advantage just for your frame being as big as you are, but because the whirlpool is being kind of magically enforced. I'm going to say it's a straight check. Investigation, you definitely do see a huge, looks like a sarcophagus. It's that big, but it's wide too. So it's basically like sarcophagus in length, so like 6 feet in length, and probably like 4.5, 5 feet wide. It's like massive stone box, and you do see that there's clearly a lid. Like it's a box that's like sunken into the sand with this gargantuan skeleton surrounding it. The skeleton has 6 legs. You notice, which is odd. It looks the shape of the skeleton with this roll. I'm giving you more information. It looks like it's probably reptilian in nature, or maybe amphibian. And there's 6 limbs to it, and a long tail, and a very massive skull. And it is wrapped around, like basically the arms of it are like over the lid of the box and like petrified in place. So getting into it is going to be difficult. Like probably not feasible, is what I'm saying. As far as the strength check, though, to fight the waves of trying to like spin you around and push you over inside of this whirlpool without knocking you down. So strength check, flat roll.
Okay. Does the rage still give me advantage?
That's fair. I would say that you would have had advantage just for your frame. The rage would still be enough to kind of put 2 in the advantage column and 1 in the disadvantage column. So
I hate water so much!
You're that bad. But actually, you haven't taken damage this turn, so... At the end of your turn, if you don't take damage, you're going to end up dropping your rage, aren't you?
Okay. Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah.
I think that's what it is, isn't it?
If you don't take it for a whole I have to hit or get hit.
Yeah.
You pull your groin trying to get that thing out of the water.
Yeah, probably.
A 23, you do manage to keep your footing. You are like it's pushing against your, all the way up to like your waist, which is a lot of water. But you're still just kind of planting your feet as solid as you can on the top of the back of these scales of this creature, of this petrified skeleton there, trying to just hold yourself in place. So it's not pushed you over. But as far as rage, that was your action, I would say, to swim in there and and kind of look for this. Do you have anything you can do to, keep your rage, or is it going to fall?
No, actually, it will. You know what? No, because I would have to do it, so it's going to fall. Yeah, because there's nothing else to do. So I was going to say I could re-rage, but that's not. It doesn't technically fall until after my turn, so I wouldn't be able to do that on next turn anyway. You know what I'm talking about? I can't double rage. So I'd have to wait anyway.
Yeah, you'd have to wait and do bonus action on your next turn to do it. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
So, yeah.
All right, then rage falls, but you do see, the skeleton is like wrapped around this giant like stone box that, as the descriptions that you've heard, very well could be the right size and shape to accommodate the sheath of scales. Remember, it's not a small object. It is like a massive picture frame, like a wall painting frame with the scales on it. And Sako, you asked about the scales earlier, and I meant to clarify what those are. They are like a religious relic. So when people say relic in RPGs, they just mean any random ancient bullshit, right? A religious relic is almost always a piece of like the finger of this saint who died 600 years ago, or the hair clippings of this person, or a piece of the cross, like a splinter off of the cross, things like that. Does that make sense? You understand the kind of relic I'm talking about?
Or like a very large reptilian dinosaur play toy.
Well, in this case, it's not necessarily the creature that is there, but rather what's in the box is what they're looking for. The sheath of scales that they're looking for is a chunk of skin of the Great Serpent of Autumn, which is this gargantuan deity, this a lower level god.
Motherfuckers couldn't hide it in a better place than 18 feet off the coast.
So this has been excavated. I didn't describe that well enough for you guys because you came in the night. This is a big hole dug in the sand. Like, this wasn't water before. They dug it down, which is why the whirlpool is pushing the water away so they could dig at it. But that's what all the excavation shit is. I just didn't describe that very well. That's why that ruined boat is there and everything too. Like, it was, it would have been under the sand before.
All I heard was rare leather. I want it.
So basically it's a big chunk of skin with scales on it of this gargantuan serpent, which is a god to the Vavians, and they're trying to bring him back. Their Khan is their king. So you're moving out of the water a little bit, G? Or out of the whirlpool?
Yeah, I think I had a couple 10 feet of movement or so left, so I'm getting out so I can... can I stand there, or is that still too deep?
It's trying to push against you, but with your size, yeah, you're it's only up to your knees or so at that point, so you're able to hold yourself up.
That is it.
All right, that brings us to Sarah.
Okay. Now, question: is it the whirlpool itself that is causing the blood or pain or whatever to be
No.
sucked into this creature?
Nope, separate thing.
Alright, and both are magical effects. They're both spells.
The siphon is a ritual that the Erdeman it's not a spell, but it is a magical effect. Yes.
Okay, this is a magical effect. That is
Yeah.
correct. So, first, we are going to. Alright. I'm going to use my 7th level spell slot to dispel magic on the siphon.
Okay. 7th level.
Yep.
You cast a spell
Jesus.
for number higher automatically, and the effects of the spell on the target is equal to or less. Still, it has no effect. Yep. Specifically because it's not a spell, but it's a well shit actually
It's
because it's an
magical
8th level
effect.
effect. It does. It's technically it's an 8th level
That's
spell,
why
but he
I
didn't.
cast.
Yeah. The thing is, it's supposed to be an 8th level spell, but I had him use it as a his legendary action, the Sanguis in Morte thing, the siphon, which it's still supposed to be an 8th level spell. Here's what we're gonna do. It should just flat out be it doesn't work. Specifically, you cast it as 7 and it was an 8th level spell. But I wanted to have a chance at least because he didn't use a spell slot. He used it as a legendary action.
Well, it says if it's higher, then I make a DC or I make a check, and if it's
Oh, okay. Hang on. Sorry, I didn't read it. Yeah, I was just going off of that. Okay. 4th level or higher on the target, make a spellcasting to 10 spells levels would be 18. All right, yeah, that'll work. We'll do it that way. So DC 18, charisma check.
I can't believe I just wasted my 7th level. to
Well, I
still
mean,
roll.
if you stop this though, that's a big deal. Because it's almost there. Like it's at 2. I'm just going to go and tell you guys, it's at 200, and right now the total is 194.
Yes.
Give you 189. All right, it is 6 points away from finishing this. All right. Well, you probably don't see much of an effect. Like nothing really happens except that you can tell that the threads that were holding this this ritual together are beginning to fray and dissipate, and it doesn't seem like energy can be channeled into it anymore.
This is hilarious because I was going to do something different on my next turn anyways, and this works fantastically into it.
You know what's funny? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys this just because because this is out. It can't happen anymore. The reason that he was going down there, you guys didn't know this, but the reason that he was trying to Dimension Door over there and then couldn't Dimension Door, so he Misty Stepped and
kill
then
a bunch
blew,
of their
he
dead
was
guys.
going to go down there and kill them on purpose
Yeah.
to feed into the thing to finish it off because he knew it was almost done.
Kill a fuckload of little guys.
Yeah, he was just going to go over there and kill off the Mortulus and the Mortis that were over there to feed
We
into
were
the.
very close on.
Well, so
If the rock hadn't attacked it.
well, the
and
one,
he,
actually, the
if
rock
he
took
hadn't
off a
been
chunk of it. Yeah,
counterspelled,
yep.
'cause
The
he was only a few
194.
away.
Yeah, the 194 included that 5 from the rock. So if there was a discrepancy where the rock wasn't enough, basically, if it basically would have been at 189, meaning that it would have needed 11 damage. But there's 4 bad guys, little guys, but there's 4 of them over on the lighthouse where he was, and there's more than 11 hit points amongst them, and he'd be able to do more than 11 hit points of damage to them to stop it.
If he hadn't been hit with counterspell, yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. If he hadn't been counterspelled, he would have been able to get over there and do damage to them that same turn. But because he got counterspelled, he had to waste his bonus action and his movement to get over there instead. Which is why, Justin, when you asked why would he not just miss these stuff
Yeah,
in the
that makes
first
more
place,
sense.
because he was intending to also hurt them at the same time to finish it then, but he couldn't. Uh-oh. Was that Ben? Because Ben dropped out of Foundry too. You having computer trouble?
I think it was Ben.
Yeah, he's back in Foundry too.
Hey!
Is he having computer trouble, Becky?
We both did.
Okay. Yeah, only he dropped out of Discord, I think, but he's dropped out again. He'll have to rejoin.
So yeah, that's good job, Sarah.
him a second to get back in.
I was slightly curious as to what was going to like happen, though. If I'm being honest.
I'll fill you guys in a little bit
later because for all we know, we don't. I don't know, but like I feel like we could have taken it.
You know what? Actually, if Pogo, so you guys would have gotten more details if Pogo had been over here to see this, but because he hasn't seen any of this, Pogo's the only one that could potentially have known something about this, or at least an idea of what this thing is. And he wasn't over here, so he didn't get that part. Did you try to rejoin, Becky?
Yeah, he had to completely exit out of it.
Okay.
He's trying to bring it back up now.
No problem. Becky, I don't see you in Foundry again. Is Foundry still active for you?
Yeah, I probably just need to agree.
Okay.
No, I can. How is Discord still open?
That you're getting a false internet failure then, because it would.
Could be the cache. It's trying to load the cached page. But refreshing would usually take care of that anyways. Well, as far as that was your action, then to dispel, right? Anything else as far as bonus action? And then obviously Arteme has the broom, so.
I don't think I have. I'm still loading in. I don't think there's anything I can do for bonus action right now.
Okay. Then we'll jump to Pogo, and then once you get in, if there's a bonus action you want to do, let me know.
All right. Well, this is what I was gonna do. I'm probably not sure exactly what's going on, but I know my stones are still holding one of the guys. I'm going to use on this action for my bonus action. I'm going to tell both the stones to go try to grapple the other guy to the sea floor.
The Erdeman?
The Erdeman?
Well, the Erdeman is not
the one at the bottom of the one that's still
okay.
held.
Oh, you just want them. You want them both to pin Keops down. Okay,
Yeah,
like they were
chops,
before.
choppity chops.
All right.
Then I'm going to drop concentration, so the boulders just stay on him in the ocean.
Okay.
He can figure his fucking way out of that.
All right, that's fucked up.
And then I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern in front of me, where these creatures are coming from, because it's also a concentration spell.
Yeah.
Because I'm still not sure that they. And so for a brief moment, a flash of pretty lights starts dancing in the area in front of me, and they all have to do Wisdom saves. 18. Holy shit, 19. Didn't think that was going to happen, honestly.
And 4, yeah. I mean, not with their -2 intelligence. All right, so all but one fail. The one closest to you.
-2
actually.
+2?
+2 is probably proficiency.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, +2 is proficiency, and then -2 is their intelligence. Yep.
Yeah.
So one failed, or sorry, one succeeded and 3 failed, and it was one of them more trollless. We'll just eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's the one that's furthest away from you.
Right.
Succeeded, and the 3 that are in front of you all kind of just staggering
kind
and
of
still.
staring up.
Yeah.
All right. Still just not gonna kill him, guys. I'm just gonna hang out up here. Everything's fine.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that the ritual has ended either, so
No,
or that the effect has ended.
Now that I know they can see me, I'm gonna start talking. Everyone's good, right? You're all still fine?
Oh, with the Rocky Talkies?
No, I'm yelling.
Yes,
I'm just yelling as loud as I can.
Are you gonna move or stay in there?
No, I'm sniping.
All right.
I feel like there's not really a much better spot. I feel like at least if they're funneled in, it's not like they can all attack me at once. And I'm just gonna go ahead and 3 of them can stay in this little sleep
Okay. feeling.
And
all right,
that's my that's my turn.
All right, that brings us to Aquila then. Nazim is already surrounded, and we've only got one more.
Come get comfortable.
Let's see. That isn't a great one, and now that the ritual's down, it wouldn't help there anyway, and she doesn't need to animate anymore.
All immediately know that this is down.
The 3 of them do, yeah. Well, technically, like they were all channeling it together. The focuses that were coming, the foci, the energy that was coming in that you guys broke the rocks for. Yeah. That's where originally the energy was coming from, and now the 3 of them had to hold it, which is why they can't concentrate. Well, he can, but she can't. Nor can the other one.
The guy underwater still concentrating?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really. He's not taking damage. Like he's basically just underwater. But there isn't much for her to do either, except. Yeah, she's probably gonna try to get out of there too. You would see a flash around the corner since you can still technically see her, Sako, and she's going to Dimension Door.
Jerks.
And that is it for her turn. That brings us to Nazim.
All right. So in
You
theory,
want
we
to see
could.
her appear anywhere? Did she appear anywhere that we see or no?
I didn't see her anywhere. Not on my
No, none
side.
of you guys would be able to see where she did reappear. Yes, she is on the map, but none of you would be able to see it.
All right. So this thing is. You don't have to worry about the damage anymore. The bloodletting and the siphoning.
You wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know it either. That's why I'm putting them to sleep.
Yeah, Sarah's the only one that knows.
I yelled because the only reason I yelled too is because now that the zombies are getting close to me, I figure there's no point in trying to continue pretending I'm a zombie.
That's fair, yeah.
I would have yelled earlier
They
to try
already-
to
they
talk
already-
to the group, but I was
Yeah.
just making. I still didn't know until this turn that they could see.
Well, Nazim was already on a beeline to the whirlpool to help out Norok, so we'll continue on that path.
Okay.
We can go diagonally 30 feet, correct?
Yeah. But you will take opportunity action from both of the mortars that are near you.
Meh, I'll take it.
You can disengage if you need to.
Yeah, you can spend your action to disengage if you want to.
Just won't be able to move as well.
You can also
Yeah.
spend your action to hide.
Okay, so if I use my action to disengage and then I move, how far can I move?
30 feet, your normal movement.
Okay. Yeah, let's disengage and run.
Okay. Go ahead and move your 30 feet then.
Feet is right here.
They are mostly halflings, so they're not as fast as you.
Okay. Yeah, it's 30 there.
Although they
Alright.
can.
That'll be that.
That's, you know what? I didn't specify that their speed was 25 feet in their stat card. I should have, because they are halfling corpses.
5 feet less than you, so it's like they're going to be 5 feet behind you, and then 10 feet, etc.
Yeah. All right. Any bonus actions then, Sako?
I could just do a force push, but I don't care to force push anybody.
There is a mortis that is right on the other side of that wall from you, so you could force push him away from you if you wanted to.
Or
Yeah, I don't
over
know if
the
I-
wall.
I don't think I could force push more than 25 feet.
How tall are the walls? Are the roofs, or are they just like no roofs on these?
Most of the roofs are collapsed in. They're basically
Dude, just toss
standing
them over the wall, buddy.
Fuss road that over the wall, huh?
I mean, you might be able to get them over the wall. They're halfling walls. They're probably only like 6 feet tall.
I can push
Whoa!
them 15 feet in any horizontal direction I choose.
Oh, that's not far enough. That's bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was the other one where we could do 30 feet in any direction, or up to 30 feet in any direction.
Yeah, I can push someone who's 30 feet away, but I can only physically
Got
move
it.
15 feet in a
Got it,
horizontal
got it.
direction. I think I'm okay then.
All right. Then that will bring us to Keops, who's gurgling. Let's see.
Gargling on my big round.
I said gurgling, not gargling. Let's see.
My two big round.
The stones on
boulders
this guy.
On my stones, yeah. The stones on this guy. That's my favorite. Literally the stones on this guy.
That won't work because that's only medium. She's gonna try, or he's gonna try. I used a female for the art, so I keep calling him a female as well because it's the same art for both of them. He's gonna try dimension dooring anyway.
Okay.
But it is disadvantage. I think. Hang on. It seems like it should be worse than disadvantage for being underwater.
Is it?
let's
Don't
see.
you for the door? Isn't you could see them?
Dimension door? I don't think so.
Yeah.
As long as
Is
you can
that
see it.
or
but
is
how-
it
how
his
dirty-
portal
how
thing
fucking
different?
To any other
dirty
spot
is
within range. Yeah, you teleport yourself from a current location to any spot,
the wall? Oh,
any other spot within range. Yeah, so Misty Step is you have to see it.
Yeah.
But Dimension Door is just anywhere. It's within
Yeah, you can
500
even
feet.
just describe it.
Yeah. A lot of spells do require that, though, Fox. A lot of teleportation spells.
Yeah, that's how I was wondering. Because I think
Nope.
Nazim's one was also within range.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, Nazim's, he was using
Dang it.
Arcane Gate. Yeah, Arcane Gate.
Oh, okay, that one you have to see. Okay, that's why. I thought it was the same spell normally.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything
Play-
against doing Dimension Door.
Well, so the thing is, the verbal part underwater is the part I'm thinking of here, because there's
yeah.
Jeremy Crawford ruled, who's one of the main game designers, is the guy that does the Sage Advice thing, explicitly states that being underwater doesn't interfere with spell casting. There's no conditional yes if they can breathe underwater. I don't like that, though. That's what he said.
Because it's verbal. That's the problem.
That's the verbal part. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you, I would say if you did have water breathing, that would not be the effect would not be impacted at all. But
It's the equivalent of screaming in outer space.
I was gonna say the spell itself would be fine if it didn't have the verbal component. It'd be fine.
yeah.
But the other thing is, do like, is it a verbal component where somebody has to hear the words, or can you just mouth the words? Is the thing, right?
That's
Like
a
they
good
have
point
to
too.
put
That's
out
a good
into
point.
the. Like,
Yeah, I think that because it's not just a matter of I agree that that's definitely a a viable argument there, Fox. But I would say that it does have to be audible, specifically because silence doesn't work. So remember, if somebody casts the spell silence on an area, then verbal spells don't work. And if it was just mouthing, then that would not be the
In the
case.
player's handbook, it
Right,
says most
okay.
spells require the chanting of mystic words. The words themselves aren't the source of the spell's power, rather the particular combination of sounds with specific pitch and resonance sets the thread of magic in motion. So yeah, you do. It's like the resonance of the.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is so rules as written says that you can cast underwater and there's no impact at all. I don't like that, and I wouldn't let you guys do that. So I wouldn't say that's not fair for me to use it for the NPCs, but not allow you guys to. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have her roll it with roll a check to see if the spell will go off or not. With a decent DC here. You know what we'll do is we'll base it on the spell level for simplicity's sake, because that's about how I would apply it to you guys as well. So we'll call it
Jim Crawford says you could do it, but then it kills. You're no longer holding your breath. So if you do a con save, then you can
Oh, okay. I like that too. But even still, I would say that both. She's going to have both, because the tweet from Jeremy Crawford says that it doesn't interfere with spellcasting. But I like that it should be kind of choking, or he would be choking down water at the same time. So it's going to be a DC 14 because it's 10 plus the level of the spell, which is 4. So for a total of 14 for spellcasting mod, and what status for spellcasting mod? Oh, just intelligence. All right. So DC or on a +3 ability check, it's just to beat a 14. And does not. So, after all of that, he tries to murmur Dimension Door and fails, and is choking down water, which is going to significantly reduce the time that he can be underwater, meaning that he's going to start drowning here very quickly. All right, after all that, we are back to the Mortis. The one that is near enough to try to get through can't get through. For Pogo, there's still others nearby, but they're far enough away that they can't really get to Pogo where he's at. Nazim, there is one right beside you that is going to clamber around the wall and swing at you.
Crane kick him like the Karate Kid.
11, that will not hit. The other trying to get to you but can't reach you. Same with these guys. You get there, and some others behind you, but they can't make it to you either. Right. I think that's it, because none of the mortars are near you guys. What's that?
Just a question, since now I can see the whirlpool, now I can see Norok, and I can see the rocks and everything. Mm-hmm. Would Nazim now see that ritual is over, and I can now start blasting away at these things?
Give me an Arcana check.
Arcana? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn it.
Real quick, would Pogo know whether or not undead creatures are immune to charm? I feel like if creatures are being controlled, then they'd probably be immune to charm. But would Pogo know it or not? It's okay if you'd have no idea, by the way. Totally fine.
I don't think Pogo spent enough time near undead creatures specifically. You haven't spent a lot of time in Babby either to know that by default. Whether that would be recognized or not. Would the hypnotic pattern have not worked on them? I didn't read if it was not affected undead.
Thinking about my ocarina.
Oh, gotcha. I don't know if Pogo would have any innate knowledge of that at all. With that Arcana check, I'd say that you can see that the threads that were in the area when you guys first came in are no longer concentrated around that area anymore.
Gotcha. Thank you.
That brings us. Yep, that brings us to Arteme.
All right. I only have psychic damage, so not much to do really.
Am I able to yell out, or do I have to wait for my turn?
I would say go ahead. I know you're realizing now that you
I should
probably
have
meant to
before
do
the end
that.
of my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna yell. You can
You're on
yell
the broom
whatever
with
you
her
want. It's fine. Just so everyone can hear.
Appreciate the update.
Yep.
Yeah, wait.
That just happened.
Wait,
Yeah,
okay. I'm gonna use another mote on myself.
Okay.
I mean, technically it was 6 seconds ago, so yeah. Just now.
Another 19 in your action or movement.
I'm gonna use produce flame
Right.
and shoot it to one of the guys that's closer.
Which one? One of the Mortrilus that's nearby? Around
Yeah.
the corner from you? Okay. Go and roll the attack.
Yeah, it's just slow.
No problem. Alright, 18. Go and roll the damage. That hits.
Yeah, I got a hit today.
Alright.
Good roll.
And you do not see any threads, pulling out from him into the whirlpool there. The whirlpool is still going though, by the way. Alright, is that it for your turn? You gonna move?
Do we want to move, sir?
Wherever you want, and I will figure out my next move. Is right now I don't know what I'm doing.
And
We'll
out of
just over here
curiosity,
just so we can see stuff better.
is there any sign of Petey? He's still.
So off to the
have
west.
have I gotten any feedback in my brain from?
Yeah,
Petey?
no, he seems like he's fine. I mean, there's certainly.
I will tell him to start flying back to this side of the
Okay.
town.
Yeah, he's off to the west, not all that far, where he started a fire on some rubble in the ruins of the docks over there.
Which did nothing.
Well, so
People
I
here
did.
don't do shit.
There would have been potentially more Mortrilus showing up round after round, but we didn't end up because you guys kind of snuck in. This has happened too fast. If you guys hadn't snuck in, there would have been more, and without that distraction, there potentially could have been more there too.
Oh, good job, Petey.
So. All right, let's see. That it for Arteme then?
Yes.
All right, that brings us back to the Urdaman.
Am I in front of Arteme on the broom or behind her?
She picked you up and she wouldn't have picked you up off of the wall and then put you behind her, so it makes more sense for you to be in front. Just because it would have been more awkward to try to be sitting on a broom and placing a halfling, behind you, if that makes sense. So it makes more sense to just place you on the front. Let's see. I think this still makes sense here. We've got a few minutes left, so we're going to be ending not long, but a little bit early, because depending on what you guys choose to do here, you see Sarah, Arteme, and Norok. Norok, I'm going to turn you around so just you're facing the whirlpool there. Actually, Nazim, you're just close enough to be able to see it. I think from where you are too with your. Maybe not. You might be just outside the range of vision there. You see a limp Seardaman under the arm of the Urdaman as the Urdaman is kind of awkwardly floating himself out with his. Let's see, it's 60 feet. I'm say he's not affected for flying though, because it's really the magic that's carrying it, not his own strength. So it's not the same as just carrying. I'm gonna say he's still under 60 feet. I think that's still fair. Over towards the whirlpool, the Erdeman, or Sirdaman rather, Aquila, that is under, limping under his arm, is clearly dripping something. As the Erdeman is now nearly over the top of the whirlpool there, and lifts a hand up over the neck of the limp Aquila, and casts a spell into her, and drops the body down onto the hole.
Okay. I get it.
Now it's like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, sacrificing his own people, throwing them in, huh?
He had to do something because you guys broke the ritual, so it can't just be that. And he drops her down as she's dripping blood, all over the place, but drops the corpse down onto the skeleton down there at Norok that you were, 15 feet away from, basically down to the middle of the whirlpool there. He's still floating above it, and you see him kind of still despondent and angry at the... Oh, shit. We have a problem here. Oh, hang on, never mind. We don't have a problem anymore. I was about to say we have a problem here because he wouldn't have been able to fly near because of Norok, because of the fear, but the fear ended and Norok didn't reactivate it, remember?
He would have been too far away anyway because he Misty Step, so they have to be within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, okay, but he's not feared anymore because the effect ended at the end of your turn, so he's no longer feared, meaning he could move closer. He casted Disintegrate into her deck and threw her down onto the corpse there with his last 4th level spell. A 6th level spell, sorry. And dropped her onto it, and you see the last of the scales, so, the skin and the scales that were solidifying around this creature in this pool of water down there, beginning to kind of take shape and fill in. And now, Pogo's not near enough to be able to see this, but you see it beginning to... Yeah, you've got other issues to deal with over there with the collection of zombies surrounding you.
Did he reactivate the siphon thing then?
No. The siphon would basically mean all damage. Yeah, he was basically having to do it on
the blood. He just was trying to. He wrote like a batch file. Allow this to actually work.
He was PowerShelling it. He was using PowerShell for this.
The PowerShell command to where it was like, why would I collect the blood myself when I can just have these fucking things do it for me? And so then he had to do this instead.
Yeah, so he was basically like, it would have taken much longer for him to try to do it, one by one, which, with the siphon, he was supposed to just be lining up all these halflings and then inflict a ton of suffering on them, which would have filled the siphon and so on. But beneath the whirlpool there, the shape is beginning to move and begin to lift itself up, still grasping the box as it kind of holding it in its 2 front arms. You realize that this shape is massive and on 4 legs, like think a reptilian centaur, kind of like a gargantuan alligator in the head and face, but with a basically centaur but alligator. Does that make sense?
Centaur alligator.
Yeah.
4 legs to walk on, 2 hands to work with.
Yeah, and then it's still an upper torso as well with the 2 hands. And the 2 hands, it's like
shark,
grasping
half
this
alligator, half man.
It's man bear pig. But grasping this stone sarcophagus shape still in front of its chest, basically with its upper arms, still holding as it begins to lift itself up out of the water. Still just dripping like just a deluge of water down that's just splashing all over Norok as it lifts itself up. But still holding the sarcophagus in one hand, it reaches the other hand free. There's just this massive paw of razor-sharp claws as it spins in place and decapitates the Erdemith directly in front of you.
Oh.
And we'll go ahead and end our game there.
Oh.
Something weird's happening over there.
Well, he's on our side. What are we worried about?
Let me know.
See? He's my buddy now.
There you go. Our job's done. We leave.
We found Norok a pet.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes.
He can ride it into battle.
I mean, he doesn't look friendly to you, but he just doesn't seem. He doesn't
Everything's
seem.
Everything's an epic mount if you try hard enough.
True.
Pogo,
Yeah,
roll
he
a
does-
couple 34s and we'll get that guy on our side.
Yeah, just use your persuasion to try to convince him. He definitely does seem sentient. What sort of look for?
Intelligent or whatever.
Yeah, intelligent enough to be able to communicate. This is clearly like a conscious species, not just a monster. It's not just a creature. There is still a choking and drowning Sirdaman underwater, but this gargantuan creature that Sarah, Arteme, and Nazim would have heard of before in history, in just this historical creature. They're called a Tegura. Yeah, they're an ancient species, long since died out, long since extinct. They were the rulers of Vabi when the Yuan Ti were kind of the more populous species before humans ever arrived here. But Pogo, if he were to have seen this thing, would have recognized that the silhouette of this shape very much resembles the creature that had returned him to life. The kind of vaguely humanoid robed creature that was holding that gargantuan staff.
Looked like this lizard guy?
Not the individual, but rather the silhouette of this species.
Seriously?
Yep.
Oh, is its name Sobek?
Yeah, his name is Sobek, yeah. Not that you guys know that, but his name is Sobek. The species is Tegura.
Aw. It's gonna be a little bit harder now to make your new, get some skin for you, Nazim.
But he is holding that massive sarcophagus, so we'll deal with that. Let's see, what is next week? Next week's the 26th. I should be okay. I might have work.
Out of curiosity, everyone, does anyone have Thursday